Welcome back, everybody. We are back. Women Racing League Step 2. It is great to be here. With me today, on my left or right, I'm not sure which side to point at. Susan's with me today. Susan, welcome. You all know her from her weekly casting of the weeklies, but there you go. Thank you.
Hello, I'm. You're very welcome. Also, I'm on the side where your cardboards are not. On the other side.
Okay.
Okay. But yes, hello everyone. You will hopefully know me from the weekly events, and I get to be here for step 2 as well now. I'm very happy to be here, and I hope we see some great matches today.
I think we definitely are going to see some good matches because we also have a couple of different teams joining us today. I'm going to take a quick look at the master sheet. In the first round, we have 4 matches, but actually only 3 because one of them has already been decided. Rice Buns get a bye because STPG, I don't think they will be joining us today, which is unfortunate. So I think, we're going to have 11. So from the 3 matches today, we're going to have Meow versus Equinox, or the first round at least. Then we have Big Bunkers versus the Sussy Bunnies, and we have Holy Dynasty versus AFAB. Those are the 3 that we're going to be checking out. We will be watching in first round Meow versus Equinox. I think it's going to be a good one. It's one that we've seen already a couple times in the previous season. Susan, what do you think? Any predictions?
I'm not sure how much Shorty and Yeva have practiced because it's their first time participating this season. I don't know how they feel on these maps, so I find it hard to predict. But going off of the weekly events as well, I know that Zara and will definitely be a tough competition for them. I think it will be really close. And I think Yeva and Shorty will win because Zara gets too scared of caster curses and caster juices.
Okay. So we're not allowed to talk about Zara. Check. Okay.
No. We're not.
We'll keep that in mind. All right. Then we have some of the other games. Big Bonkers versus the Sussy Bunnies. That could also be an interesting one. And Holy Dynasty versus AFAB. Of course, we had earlier this week, we had a match, a seeding match between the 2 teams that have joined us for Step 2 that weren't there in Step 1. Equinox versus AFAB. That one was won by AFAB 2-0. Was a very interesting match. It was a little bit confusing with the colors and the names, a little different. So hopefully we've smushed out all these mistakes, all these errors for this event. And of course, we're gonna pray for no technical difficulties. Of course, surely there won't be any, right? Surely there won't be any. World Tour today also had some issues, but I mean it's gonna be great. The first match is actually starting in 2 minutes.
Yes, we just got to prove that we're better technically prepared than World Tour, and then everything will be fine.
Exactly. I'm gonna just do a little. Oh wait, I did something. Oh, there you go. I did it. I fixed it.
You did a thing.
Have fun in the thing. I did a thing. Yeah. We're all good though. Yeah. We're gonna do the pick and ban. So we have new maps, of course. We have one overlapping map, and I think that is the flip. All the other maps are new. So we've seen some of them, of course, during the weeklies, which is always interesting to see in the weekly, like who is just about to where, kind of, you know what I mean?
Yes, it really gives you a good insight on how the individuals will perform also during this step as well, I think.
Exactly. It's of course a different setting with you're not playing the event. It's maybe not as nerve-wracking, but still it's a nice indicator.
Yes, it's supposed to be more casual, but in the end you're still gonna play against opponents in rounds mode. It really gives you a good idea on how the players are feeling on these maps, and also it's maybe good practice for them to play with more different players as well together instead of alone or just with the teammate.
Exactly. When we look at other teams, Big Bunkers versus Sussy Bunnies. When we look at the score, the Big Bunkers are in 7th place on the leaderboard after step 1, and the Sussy Bunnies are in 10th. So on paper, that would be a match that would be in favor of the Big Bunkers, but we never know what's going to happen. And
you have to keep in mind that Big Bunkers are playing with their substitute Leah today.
That is true.
Instead of Annie. So you cannot really look at the previous results too much. It really depends on how Leah is performing instead of Annie today.
That is very true. Yeah, during the qualifying event, I think it was Leah and Annie. And now it is Leah and Maji. So Leah's coming through as a nice substitute there.
Mhm.
And I think right now we're just waiting for for the pick and ban phase, because of course that will be a thing. We're going for the World Tour format as usual. 10 points will win you a map. You need to win 2 maps. Here we are with the pick and bans, actually, as I was talking about it. Equinox has the first ban pick, so let's see which map they don't want to play. Meow will be able to ban a map after that. Here it is. The flip is out. We're not going to be flipping right now.
So immediately we will see all new maps in this competition.
Yep, exactly. Gears Lost also. Let's see. I'm writing my stuff. You go ahead.
Oh, yes. So Meow picked the Glacialis, which we did only recently see as well. I guess they felt good on the map. And let's see what the next pick is. They're really taking their time to discuss this. Maybe they wanted to pick the same map and can't.
And now they have to scramble. Like, what are we going to take? They wanted to. Who knows?
If they're good on this map, which we wanted to pick, what will they not be good on that we're also good on? Time's ticking.
Gonna be interesting.
We got Ninetales.
Ninetales
and then
is gonna be played.
Delightful Winter as the decider map.
Yes, I'm doing my writing. Delightful Winter. I'm very curious how these new maps are gonna be looking. It's always nice to see.
Yes.
There's always some maps in the season that have like that last couple of turns, and those will you get the crazy snipes and stuff. So let's see if one of these maps turns out to be one of the infamous ones. Yeah, it's gonna be good. I can hear my cat behind me. I'm so sorry.
I was gonna say, Valen, do you want to introduce our second co-caster for the evening?
We didn't need Susan at all. We got him. No, I'm kidding.
No,
you're a much better yapper than he is.
Mm-hmm. But he's also very vocal.
He is. Round skip. There he is. I'm sorry. Yeah. Let's go over to the game.
I'm pretty sure no one is gonna complain about the cat meowing.
Oh, here we go. Chat, let us hear which team is your favorite. I can't wait to hear your who you are cheering for today. There we go. We got some stuff going on. Yeah, and Zara for Team Meow versus Equinox. And that is Shorty Gray and Eva. And of course, Shorty Gray won the October event last season together with Linko, who is now playing for another team, now part of the Shorkies. But 20-second warm-up, and then we're going live to see how we survive on this interesting start of a map. It's always a little bit scary.
I think it's very interesting because we just had the weekly for this map. So it's very fresh in my memory, this map. There's definitely specific turns on the dirt where you want to go on the outside and really push that towards that edge. And then also the last turn before the last ice slide, you can really risk that. And I know that Zara, for example, is really good at that turn specifically, but then always loses out on the ice slide into the finish. So I think the end will be very interesting. And then, of course,
early ice slide though, early slide out by Zara, and yes, it is now Eva taking the lead together with Shorty Gray, and it is Ya who is following close behind, but it's right now a very, very good position for the ladies of Equinox. Let's see if they can start it out with an ace. They have to do one more ice slide, which is it's prone to slide out. There it is. Shorty
does
slide out, and it is Ya who takes advantage, takes second place. Eva sets the first time on this map, 45.3. Of course, world record at the top left. I want to remind everybody that it is not an offline hunted world record. This is the in-rounds world record. So when we say world record, that is what we mean. But of course, we start out with a draw. 1-1. Susan, you take the next.
Oh yes. All right. So immediately I see Shorty Gray falling behind, but all the other three players are still close together. Yeva in the lead, who also just won the previous round. Let's see. Zara will not slide out this time in the ice slide. Yeva still pushing further ahead, while Ya and Zara are cuddling together. Yeva making a massive mistake, bonking. This looks like a very good situation, but Zara also bonking. I was gonna say a good situation for an ace. However, yes, it's still looking like this. Ya is the only player who has not done a mistake this round, and as I say that, she completely crashes the ice slide in the end. Can Yeva overtake her? No. Oh yes, she does. Barely. Oh, this would have been such an easy win for Team Meow in this round, given that everyone crashed. But yes, you're gonna have rounds like this.
Oh, yeah, this is gonna be one of those maps where it doesn't really matter how you drive. Well, it does matter how you drive, but the ending is gonna decide all of it. So let's see how we fare in the next round. This time, everybody does have an interesting start. We're kind of close together, although Shorty does clip a little bit, and it is also Ya, I think, who touched the side a little. So Eva and Zara are now taking off, with Eva quite a bit of a lead, I will say. And I think Zara, or who was it, Shorty, making another mistake, losing more time. This is not a great start for Shorty. Maybe not able to get practice in on the map, but for now it is Eva who is going towards another victory with a nice ice slide. Look at that. It is beautiful. Zara is in second place, 2 seconds behind with a 45.7. Eva wins the race, and we have another draw on our hands.
I think it's very interesting to see how this map plays out compared to the weekly. The players are definitely pushing more and risking more, and thus making more mistakes. Let's see how this round will go, though. Hopefully no early mistakes this time. Everyone getting through
so treacherous, the start.
The bounce. Oh yes, definitely. Who did we lose? Yeva?
Eva went out and doesn't have a great ice slide, doesn't have the gear, has to respawn. Ooh.
That was horrible. So Ya and Zara in the lead, close together, and Shorty Gray also a little bit behind. So this round will actually look good for them to have a win. Wonderful transitions onto the off-road. Second to last turn. Zara took it a bit more safely, and Ya as well. Let's not slide out the ice slide this time. Nope, both get it, and we get a win for Team Meow.
Nice. And Shorty and Zara both, and Ya as well, actually, both sharpening their PBs here. But that does mean it's an ace, and suddenly Meow finds themselves on track point. They do need another ace for that to actually happen, but it does put them in a really nice position, 4 points ahead of Team Equinox. Let's see what they do in the next round. It is Shorty right now with a better start than anyone else, and she is fighting it out with her own teammate, actually. But Ya with a nice inside ice slide. Ooh, Eva jumping a little bit to the side, has to correct a little bit, but still holding on to it. And it is, let's see, Zara with a little bit of time loss. Ya, did she touch the side? It does look like, but Eva flies out of the map. And Shorty, Ya, and Zara now heading over to the finish, and looks like they're gonna have a draw if Shorty manages to hold the ice slide here. And maybe Ya in an... Ya had a beautiful inside line, but it wasn't quite enough. Shorty, though, with a beautiful time, 45.6. And we have a draw. Meow still on track point. Equinox closes the gap a little bit, but they need an ace to get back to this.
All right, I think that was a really nice round to look at, but immediately this one player, Shorty, falls behind again. So let's see if Meow can utilize this opportunity given to them. Let's see how they're doing on the first ice slide. Zara really slow, is losing it. Shorty is back in the game, overtaking, and Ya and Zara both are behind now. So it's actually good, looking better for Equinox now. Yeva and Shorty far ahead. These ice slides are really tricky. Like, you want to hit them really well, else you're gonna lose a lot of time. They're making it very easy for your teammates to overtake. So yes, this definitely looks like a win for Yeva and Shorty. Yes, Shorty's getting a nice ice slide into the finish. Zara caught up a little bit again, but that's a
well,
point.
they needed the ace. There it is.
Yes, they did need it.
8-7. Both teams now on track point. Equinox can do it with an ace, and Meow could do it if they win the round. Oh, but Zara with an early mistake there crashes into the pillar, has to respawn a couple times, and that is going to cost precious seconds. It is Eva who crosses the checkpoint first with Shorty in tow, and yeah, also not with a great. Oh, this is not looking good for Team Meow here. It looks like the comeback is right on the menu. They could even just slow it down. 8 seconds is in between Shorty in second place and Ya in third place. Yeva and Shorty can cruise to the finish line with an ace.
Yeah, Shorty even touched the wall there, but it didn't even matter.
Exactly. They needed the ace and they got it. There it is. They take the first map.
And this is exactly what I mean when I say these teams are really close together and it's hard to predict who's gonna win, because it really depends on just how they're gonna do in rounds and which player makes a mistake in terms of pace. I think they're all really close together, at least on this map. So it could really swing either way. It looked like Meow was gonna win this map, but now Shorty and Yeva took it. It just goes quickly like this.
Very nicely done by the ladies of Equinox, just coming back from that 8-4, I think it was at some point. Really, really good performance. That's why you never give up. You can win anything as long as you just keep going. We're on the next map. It is called Ninetales, and it is created by Prow, who is, of course, also a driver in the Women Racing League. It is a map that when you drive it, you get you feel like you get bamboozled all the time because there's a way left and a way right, and you always get kind of tricked in where to go. But we are in the first round. Susan, take it away.
Oh yes, immediately I think we lost the player. Yes, Ya is falling behind. Also Shorty not with the nicest transition. Zara and Yeva battling it out up front. Shorty slowly coming back. Zara had a slow transition there. Yeva still in front. Will we get another ace for this team? No. Shorty, yes, no. Zara and Shorty are really close together. Zara falling now behind. It's really looking good for Shorty now again. They make it. And are we close to the finish? Yes. We're approaching the finish just now.
Scary finish, actually.
It is very scary. Yeva actually finishing in the safe finish instead of going for the risky. I guess they knew they were this far ahead and could afford it, because this is indeed a very risky finish.
A strong start for Equinox, putting themselves on 3-0, and an early mistake for Zara here. And it's also interesting because the last map, Glacialis, was of course won by Equinox, but it was picked by Meow, and this is Equinox pick. So they could just close out their own map choice here. They picked it for a reason. You would think, oh, Zara doesn't get a great landing. They are both a little bit behind Ya and Zara, and they really need to step it up now. Maybe hope for a mistake even by Shorty and Eva, because they are just going they're on a mission right now to get another ace. It looks like here's the outside dirt line. We have a grass section, And of course, you want to have enough speed here in order to make it to that finish. Shorty Gray with a new PB. Yes, it's a new PB. Eva has the fastest time with a 48.2, and Equinox puts another ace on the menu. They are now 0-6, and if they keep this up, this will be a very short match.
Yes, it's looking really good for Equinox, which is of course good for me because I predicted they would win. Let's see where they're going. Shorty bit of a weird rider line, but Zara immediately just crashes into the ball. Shorty also crashing. Now Ya has to fight Yeva. This is a good chance for Team Yao to do at least something, but Ya has a bit low speed and clipped that transition. Still, Shorty couldn't catch up. Let's see how this will play out. This is still not looking good for Team Yao because Yeva is in front, but at least we might not have another ace. And
but then
crashing in the dirt, Shorty overtakes again. I'm eating up my words immediately, and Shorty is finishing as well in the risky finish again. And we have another ace. Meow really needs that ace now, or they're doomed.
They need 3 in a row in order to tie it up, and that is literally the only scenario in which they stay in the game here. 3 aces in a row. Let's see if they're up for it. They cannot afford to make any mistakes at this point. Ya has made a tiny one though, but she's not too far behind, and any mistake by Eva or Shorty and she can still snack a position here. The top 3 now is also quite close together, but it looks like Zara doesn't have the best line and she will lose a little bit of ground here. But gains it again, it looks like. Still not able to get closer to Shorty though, who is in second place. There it is, Shorty with a clip. It's not going to be an ace if they finish like this, but Eva does not look like she is letting up. Don't think she has time to go for the safe finish, and she doesn't. She will finish in first place with a 48.0. It is a draw, but that is enough for Equinox to take the map and also the match. So there it is. That was it. Suddenly, just like that. And maybe we can still, if we are fast, see about any other matches that are possibly going on. So let me see. Where is my master sheet? We have, of course, Big Bonkers versus Sussy Bunnies, Holy Dynasty AFAB. Let's take a look at match 4, Holy Dynasty versus AFAB.
Great.
Let's see. I don't know how far they are. We're gonna take a look. But congrats to Equinox. What a beautiful victory, coming in strong. And the match is indeed still going on. It looks like AFAB has won the first map, and they are now 0-0 on the next map. And that map is Years Lost by Eva. And Stella seems to be in first place at the moment, followed by Lena, and Rao and Neoronto are in third and fourth. So it looks like we're going to be starting out this map with an ace if we can get this lineup correctly, and we can. This jump, it's very, very long. Once you are in the air, that's it. You better hope you aimed correctly, because there is no more steering. And we've seen that go wrong as well. Stella drives a new fastest time with a 39.6, but that could also be because, of course, map hasn't been driven yet. An ace for ASAP to start with.
That was, of course, just the first round now of this match, possibly of this whole map in this event. Stella and Prove battling it up in front. Lena is following behind, battling it out with Prove, but Stella seems to just be very fast and zooming on this map. Lena with a bit of a slowdown on that dirt there, while Neo we have just completely lost in the process. But yes, Stella seems to be looking very secure on this map. Trove is trying to keep up, but we're getting into the finish now, and Stella is just winning.
Nice.
Not that close to the time we just had, but still clearly the fastest player on this map in this match.
And Pro and Neoronto both setting a new personal best on this map. Of course, we are now at 1-5, so AFAB is in a really nice position here, 4 points ahead. We have Neoronto with not the best start, immediately has to give a little bit of ground, and I see someone else clipping, I think it was Lena. So now we have Stella in the lead, Prow following, but doesn't get a great section in the dirt there. Has to do a little bit of correction, and of course, the more you slide on dirt, the more you slow down, unless you're speed sliding, but that is not the case here. Does get overtaken, but immediately gets overtaken back because Lena touches and touches again, doesn't get a clean landing. So we have Stella now in first place, followed by Neuronto, and Prow will end up in third, Lena in fourth. So we have a draw, and now it is 2-6. We have the same gap of 4 points, but AFAP is just inching a little bit closer and closer to that victory if they keep this up.
Let's see if they can keep up this pace. So far, Prove actually in the lead, and Stella and Lena behind. Both of them. Yes, still no. Stella took the lead. Something happened to Prove while I was spectating Stella, but still not too far behind. And Neo and Lena, both with a mistake, completely fallen out of this match so far. Unless more mistakes happen, of course. But yes, Stella just shows us again that she has really trained this map and finishes in first place. Whoa! I did not see that.
Lena was in fourth place, but got a slightly better lineup than Neuronto and just overtook her in the air, 0.04 of a second. But there it is, the victory is suddenly AFAP. Match point. They only need 2 more points, and they can do it. So it is time for Holy Dynasty to do something about it. There is an opportunity here, because Lena crashes, but also
everyone crashes.
Everyone is crashing, I think. I think Stella's the only one who didn't crash. And right now, it's suddenly Stella and Lena in first and second place, and they're going for that ace, and that ace will do it. They will win the match if they manage to do that. Here we go into that final section. And let me take a look from Lena's POV. They fly into the finish together in style. A 40.758 is the final time by Stella. And that is it. 3:11. And AFAB wins the match. Can we get a quick peek at the other?
Yes, I think we should be able to squeeze in at least a round or two.
One.
Quick. I'm loading into the room right now.
Me too.
So it's 9-6 for Team Bonkers. So we're probably witnessing the last round right now. Or at least I am.
Okay. Oh!
Hippie Girl and Long Bunny are in front. Hippie Girl crashes, Long Bunny first place. Leah and Margie in between. Margie is trying to approach Long Bunny but cannot just reach her. In second place, Leah also with a mistake, so Hippie Girl climbs back up to third place. Hippie Girl back to fourth place, but Long Bunny still in the lead. The problem is, the Bonkers, they just need 1 point, so this is looking pretty good for them. There it is. Congratulations. But hey, we managed to somehow cover all of the matches to some extent that have been played out.
And we have another map to go, so this is good. We're not done yet with this round. We love that. Long rounds, long maps. I understand that the players would love to close a map out 2 rounds, in 2 maps, but from a spectator perspective, this is what we like to see. So
yes, it's definitely more interesting to have closer matches like this. Sometimes with such a small player pool of people participating in the Women Racing League is, of course, you always have this problem of a pretty big skill gap. But so far, I think all the matches have been pretty evenly set up. All the matches have been kind of close. The seeding really worked its magic. And we've seen some great matches. And of course,
we're back on Ninetales for map 3. The Big Bonkers with 1 map to their name. The Sussy Bunnies have another map to their name. So we're going to be fighting it out here. Maji and Leah. Leah, of course, substituting for Sneaky Annie. We've seen Maji and Sneaky Annie last season as well. And Hippie Girl and Long Bunny will be their opponents in map 3 of this first round of the Women Racing League Step 2. Susan, go for it.
Yes, Hippie Girl unfortunately immediately bonked in the start, and so did Leia just now. So Long Bunny and Magi in front once again, just we saw on the last map as well. They're more closer together right now though, so let's see how they take all of these transitions. Magi with a beautiful drift, overtaking in first place now. Not really getting a lot of airtime here onto the plastic as well. Really clean grass line. Magi is doing super well on this map, I have to say, while all the other players are falling behind. Her teammate Leia on third place currently.
Oh! Gets overtaken.
Gets overtaken. But hey, that's a really good round by Magi. Let's see who's going into the risky and who's going into the safe finish. Hippie Girl finishing third now and Leia fourth. So it's a draw, 1 point for each team.
There it is. We're starting off evenly, and I think that, says a lot about this matchup. It is definitely quite even. Both teams have a map, and both teams now have a point. Leia doesn't get a great landing, but it's also Hippie Girl, I think, who is touching a wall here and there and is going to lose a little bit of time over it. Leia still in a position to maybe snack a spot here if Long Bunny makes a mistake and if Magi manages to stay ahead. Long Bunny, there it is. Whoa. Not a great landing. Slides a little bit too much and still manages to stay behind Magi. Leia is 2 seconds behind at the moment. Hippie Girl on 8 seconds, so that she will not be able to play a big part in this round, probably. Magi going for the finish now, goes for the safe finish, does manage to stay ahead, but it wasn't by much because Long Bunny did go for the risky there. 0.05 of a second, all three first finishers PB, and Hippie Girl will finish in fourth place. We have a victory for Big Bonkers this time. They get in the lead, a 3-2. Tiny gap, but it's a lead.
All right. Hippie Girl for once not clashing against the starting block, so it's actually up front with Magi now. However, Leia is falling behind this time, and Hippie Girl also crashes now with the transition onto the grass. Okay, everyone's just crashing instead of Magi. Magi has really decent pace on this map, I have to say. There are so many transitions, very clean drifts and slides you have to do. Try not to get airtime. And Magi has been really consistently well at all of those things so far. And thus also being in the lead. Very deserved in my opinion. And yes, there's not really much to say about this match, about this round specifically. Magi going for the risky finish this time, sets a new PB for herself. Really nice round, very unbothered. Long Bunny finishing now in second place, Hippie Girl third, and Leia saving in the finish, going safe fourth. So it's another draw. But as long as the draws keep happening, it's looking good for the Big Bonkers.
Exactly, but it is a precarious position though. Like you're in the lead, but you're not far in the lead, right? An ace against you or a victory against you, and it's immediately a different story. But we do have instant crashes at the start already. Hippie Girl and Leia both not having the best start here. We're gonna battle it out once again between Long Bunny and Magi. Magi sliding a little bit too much here. Long Bunny now able to take a bit of a lead. I can hear some music in the background. Is that something we can maybe check? Still, Long Bunny is in the lead. Magi second place, but she is coming a little bit closer, it seems like. And you want to, of course, do a no slide for a bit if you can. Magi has more speed. Get a lot more speed out of that. And now it's going to be a battle for third place. Leia is closer to the finish, but does she have enough of a lead? Yeah, she does. Hippie Girl also opting for the safe finish. Another victory, and they widen the gap a little bit, 6-4 now. They're coming closer to that victory. And of course, they were one map behind when we came in, so this would be a beautiful comeback if they managed to do it.
It's certainly looking like they will manage to do it. Long Bunny has kind of found her footing on this map. She is consistently also this round as well as last round in front of Margie, at least at the start. So let's see if we can have a nice battle here this round as well. But hopefully Margie is not sweating too much because they were able to extend their lead. Margie has a bit more speed off of the plastic, catching up to Long Bunny, just getting less airtime mostly. Let's see if she can gather more speed in the finish as well, going much more safely on the dirt. So Long Bunny is still in the lead. It all comes down to the risky. Long Bunny makes it. Margie as well, but Long Bunny wins, and Leia will get a third though, so it's still only a draw. So Team Big Bonkers should be still pleased with this round.
They definitely should, especially because they just put themselves on match point. It will take an ace to lock it in, but who knows what is possible. Mistakes happen in this map, and an early mistake there by Leah, and also Long Bunny. They are dropping like flies at the moment, and Leah and Long Bunny will look to be battling it out for third place, while Hippie Girl is gonna chase down Maji. Leah touching that edge there, and it is Long Bunny overtaking her own teammate. Now going to be chasing down Maji. Leah with a respawn. Maji, like you said, really comfortable on this map. Has improved a lot this past year, and it is wonderful to see these ladies getting a lot stronger. So many of these girls have improved. Here we go over that dirt line. Hippie Girl with a couple of respawns. Maji opting for the safe finish. Long Bunny chooses to go for the risky one. Not able to overtake Maji. And now let's see what's happening here in third place, because this is either a victory or it is a draw. And Hippie Girl will actually fail to finish. Oh my goodness. And that means Leah ends up in third place. And suddenly it's 9-6. All they need is a loss or a draw or anything. The Sussy Bunnies need to ace them. That's the only way.
Yes, and to be honest, the chances of that happening are very slim. Maji and Leia actually both in front right now.
Ooh,
Leia slowing down a little bit, but Long Bunny and Hippie Girl completely losing it, so they might actually close this out with an ace. Maji beautifully in front.
Yeah, so many respawns for the Sussy Bunnies.
Yes. Leia keeps on losing speed. She definitely takes this whole map a lot slower and safer compared to Maji, so she keeps falling behind. But as long as she can keep this pace up and not make a mistake, she should be fine. Long Bunny will slowly catch up to her, but possibly, I mean, if Leia goes for the safe finish... No, Leia... Leia completely crushes even before getting to any finish, and Long Bunny actually overtakes. That would have been such a nice ace to close it off, but Leia's finishing in third now, and they still win regardless, which is very unfortunate.
That respawn, Hippie Girl is having an argument with this CP on that hill there. It is indeed an interesting respawn situation. Maji, of course, with a PB 49.4. They only needed 1 point. They got 2. So the Big Bonkers will win this map. Beautiful comeback. They were 1 map behind, but they closed it out. And that concludes the first round of the Women Racing League Step 2. And let's see what the results are. The Rice Buns, of course, got a bye and will face the Shorkies in the next round, which is going to be a tough cookie to crack, I will say, because the Shorkies are, of course, in the first seed at the moment, while the Rice Buns are number 9. We had Equinox beat Meow 2-0, and Equinox will face the Apex Predators in the next round. We have the Big Bonkers versus Sussy Bunnies 2-1, and that means Big Bonkers will face Lunaina in the next round. And then we have Holy Dynasty and AFAB. AFAB won that 2-0, and they will be facing off with Molotov Gaming in the next round. So we've got 4 bangers that are coming up, and I think it's going to be a good one. Looking at the time here, it is 34.
I would say we are pretty on schedule so far. That's
nicely on schedule, yeah. Maybe we don't even go for a break, or do we go for maybe a little 2-minute break? What are we thinking?
Do you feel like you need a break? I mean, we can just keep on chatting.
We can keep on chatting. That is good too. We can do that.
all
We can do that.
hydrate on camera, so I can give you instructions. You fill up your water glass.
Oh, let's go. I only have I don't have a glass. Does that work?
That also works. And you try to bring the liquid into your mouth, and then you swallow it.
All right.
And all of
I'm
your
impressed.
players should also do this right now.
I'm impressed with your drinking skills. This is good stuff. Good stuff. You learn something. The more you know, people, the more you know.
This is a good day for me. I often spill myself with water.
Okay. You didn't do it this time. You're good. Wait, need the HPC Cup rules about respawnable CPU. Maybe we need to put that into the thing. But yeah, Shorky's rice buns. I mean, let's take a look at these matches, right? Shorky's rice buns. I mean, the Shorkies are the favorites to win that. I think the rice buns will put up a good fight, but I do believe the Shorkies will take that victory. Apex Predators Equinox. That is a match that could go a lot closer. Apex in 4th place seeding. What do you think?
Honestly, I'm not really sure. But yes, I think that could be a very close match. I wouldn't even know which one of those to follow per se, because I think they would both be very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I was right about my prediction for Equinox in the last match, and of course, maybe I will just stick and say they will win again, just because I want them to.
There you go. You said it now. You said it. Okay. Can't take
it worked
back.
once. It will work again. Trust.
Can't take it back. Exactly.
And if they lose, they can blame me.
The cast occurs before the match even started. Oh no. Next match is Luna Ena versus the Big Bonkers. Again, Luna Ena would be the favorite there. I do think Luna Ena is also playing with a substitute because I think Celiosta is sick, if I'm not mistaken. So I think Nico. Is that Nico joining their team? Might be. Maybe we'll see about what is happening there, but I do think they're playing with a sub. But yeah, Luna Ena on paper should also be the favorite for that match. But again, you never know. Molotov Gaming AFAB. Let's see. I would say Molotov would be the favorites there. They are the 3rd seed, and yeah, I think they would. They might be able to take that. Of course, we're playing now for a lower bracket run, or you stay in the upper bracket and you get to skip some rounds. So the stakes are getting higher and higher. Which one do you think we should go and watch? Do you have a preference?
I'm not sure. I'll let you pick because I already picked the first match.
Let's see. I think maybe Shorky's rice buns would be a nice one to see.
Yes. For me, it would be kind of in between, like either first or second match. But yes, we can totally do Shorkies and rice buns. I want to see that.
All right. Then the main cast will be watching the Shorkies versus rice buns. But I mean, hopefully they go to 3 maps. But if they don't, we can do a switch over like we did, and maybe watch some other maps as well. Of course, now we have 4 matches instead of 3. So I will join the server and see if I can already get in there. Is it open? Let's see.
It is open.
I clicked the button. There we go. I am joining. I think it's going to be a good one.
Great. I'm looking forward to it personally. It's also nice because we, of course, haven't seen these teams play today just now. Exactly. So it's a bit nice of a chase. I just hope we get to see most of the matches again. That worked out so wonderfully last round.
Yeah, we did that nicely, right?
I'm actually impressed by our match picks.
Powers of prediction.
Yes, we picked the match that was gonna be the fastest, and then we managed to shove through all of them in the correct order.
Exactly. let's see. Yeah, Shorkies, Rice Buns, Apex, Equinox. I am on the server now, and we do have some players here. Not all of them yet, so we're gonna wait a little bit longer. Yeah, Rice Buns is interesting because the team has, of course, Digital Ada and Talia, who are both primarily RPG players. So it's really cool that they did decide to sign up for this competition, which is a style that neither of them are really familiar with or like have a lot of practice in. So they put a lot of practice in it, and it's always a brave decision to do something that you're not familiar with. You know what I mean? Like that takes some because you know what you're going to be facing. You're going to be facing a lot of really fast girls, and it's really cool and that they did that. But of course, the Shorkies, Bingumi and Linko, that's going to be a tough cookie to crack.
Definitely. I think they have probably practiced really well so far, looking at their placement. So the practice has worked off, but yes, the Sharkies are not to be underestimated. I would say some of our fastest players in the league. So let's see how it will go. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. And let me see.
We're picking and banning. We're banning 9. We're banning 9 tails. Let's see what the Sharkies will ban.
That means
years lost.
Years lost.
So next, the Sharkies get to pick a map.
Rice Buns did not want to play Ninetales. Okay.
No.
I'm doing my.
I don't understand why it's such a wonderful map.
What will the Shorkies pick? Glacialis. Oh, that was quick. That was instant.
That was very quick.
I feel like.
Yes. Was this correct? Was there a bug?
Did something go correct there?
Maybe the Rice Buns were just ready to click on the flip.
Maybe they were, yeah.
Maybe they just really wanted to see that sniffer.
Let me see if that was indeed something that went well. Apparently matches are wrong and servos will be restarted. Is that still irrelevant? Let's see. Let me ask that. Just to make sure that we know what's going on. Maybe I took all my notes for nothing, but I'll happily take them again. I don't have timestamps on this chat, so I don't know if this was before or not.
All right, so apparently it does concern. The Rice Buns have been asked to join the server again, so I'm guessing we're gonna probably redo the pick and bans, and it did indeed get automatically picked because they left the room or something.
Oh,
let's redo this.
It has put them in the correct teams. So because of course last event we had some issues with people in the wrong teams. Yeah, we had to do like kind of a little dance where this team would enter first in the room, and then it was interesting, but hopefully we can avoid these things right now.
I mean, so did you do the pick and ban?
Yeah.
Well.
They didn't do the pick and ban, so we have to do them again. We are going to do the pick and bans again. They are calling for ready, so I think we're just going to do the pick and bans one more time. Let's see. Now we have an icon as well, so I think it is now looking a little bit better. Let's see what we ban first. The Rice Buns get the first ban. It is Glacialis. We will not see that one.
No. Years lost banned again. Delightful Winter picked by the Sharkies, and the next pick, will it be the flip? Will it be something else?
Ooh, the flip.
I mean, it's
interesting stuff.
The flip was what got randomly picked in the last one. And yes, it does get picked.
We are going to see the flip.
Ninetales is the decider map. So we will see the flip. Nice.
Okay, so all this, I can scratch that out. That does not work. Okay, so Rice Buns did not want to play Glacialis. Years Lost was not favored by the Shorkies. We will see Delightful Winter, we will see the flip, and we might see Ninetales. So, we're starting in 60 seconds. I am ready for this match. I can't wait to see how this goes. We will, of course.
Go.
Let's see. We are on the wrong map. We still have to switch maps. So let's see. Let's see if the rice buns can withstand the Shorky attack.
The shark. I was gonna say the shark.
Shark Week. Can they handle Shark Week? Is it gonna be Shark Week? We don't know.
Get bitten.
Let's see. Not the right map. Yeah, we are switching maps now, and then we will actually get this round underway. The Shorkies versus the Rice Buns. Good luck to both teams. And let's do this. We have a little bit of a warm-up first, of course. Wait, there's still some chatter going on. We're not in the right map. We're still... we'll get there, people. We'll get there.
We banned this map. Why are
there
we still here?
Exactly.
All right, there we go.
We are now on Delightful Winter, so now we should actually get it on the way. I do love that piece of cheese right at the start.
I was just gonna mention it. I want to bite into it. It looks so delicious.
It looks very good. Yeah, exactly. I mean, as a Dutchie myself, I do love my cheese, you know? I put it in everything, so gotta have the cheese. Okay, so now we're actually going live. Still in the warm-up, of course, but that will be changed in a couple of seconds while we get a little preview of this map that we're going to be watching, because I don't think we've seen it today, right? I think.
No, we have not.
No, we have not seen that today. We've seen other maps, but not this one. So let's see what comes out of this. One of the maps that were added in step 2, the flip, is actually the only map that was inherited over from step 1. And of course, step 3 will have other maps as well, with only a little bit of overlap. There it is. I think we're actually going now.
Yes,
another screen. You've seen this screen now, just so you guys know which players we have, just in case. There it is. 1 minute
it is.
Warm up.
This looks right now.
Be on the way.
All right, let's let the players warm up on this map, and hope the nerfs didn't get to them too much while they were waiting to get onto the right map.
Exactly. Maybe we can do a little follow all for a nice overview of the map. Look at that. This is always an interesting perspective to see it like this. We have some respawns happening. Of course, we're still in the warm-up, so, you know, we're not casting to warm-up, don't worry. I've made that mistake before. I'm not gonna do it again. Hopefully. Beautiful map. The map was made by a cheese lover. Also, of course, shout out to all the mappers of this season. They've done such a wonderful job. And we've really got some very good competition maps. So, yeah.
I agree. I also think they all feel really distinct from each other, very memorable. I like them. All right, we're starting with the first round. So far, first checkpoint, everyone's still close together, but immediately we see some different approaches in these turns. The Sharkies are in front, hand in hand. You could say they're a school of fish sticking together. I'm sorry. Going very outside on the dirt as well. Very beautiful lines. Digital Ada still at least looking at them from a distance. But they seem to be pretty good at this map, which makes sense because they're, of course, also picked this map. So yes, very clean transitions. Now just the end for them, and they both get it. Talia finishing now, Ada as well.
There it is.
And that's the first round. That's an ace for the Sharkies.
That is the ace indeed. 47.8 on the clock for Vingumi, who finished first in this round on the map that they themselves have picked. 3-0 on the menu. And let's see if the Rice Buns have an answer for this. For now, though, it is Linko who takes the lead with Vingumi right behind. Talia touches the outside there, or the inside rather, but Ada still has some opportunities here to maybe get a little bit closer. Outside a dirt line here and get that grip as soon as you can onto the grass. She can see. Oh, Linko with a crash, actually. But yeah, like I said, Ada, they can see the two ahead, but now it's only one because Ada now finding themselves in second place and hunting down Vingumi, who is on a very nice run here. Ada with second place, Talia in third, both ladies driving a PB considerably better, of course, than last round where they both had some nerves because, of course, they didn't drive the first round. They got a bye. So this is their first round, and that might cause some nerves to happen. 4-1, they aren't going to make it that easy for the Shorkies, and they're here to stay.
Well, Digital Ada instead likes to drive against the pillar instead of fighting for it. I think the problem here will be for the Rice Buns that the Shorkies both are really fast on this map, so they will have to push in order to catch up and even have a chance to.
And then you make mistakes,
fight, but then you make mistakes and you easily crash, and that's the case now as well. And then of course it also gets to your head. Vingumi comfortably in the lead, Linko also behind in second place, and Talia and Digital Ada both behind. Digital Ada actually severely behind due to that crash in the beginning. And Vingumi, beautiful finish. Linko, beautiful finish. And Talia, decent round. Only a second behind Linko, but that is just not enough. That's not gonna cut it. And now the Sharkies only need one more ace to immediately win this map.
Exactly. They are already at 7-1 with a gap of 6 points, and that is quite a big gap. But this is an early mistake, though, by Linko, which will open up some opportunities here for the Rice Buns, who find themselves in second and third place, still behind Vingumi. Maybe Vingumi has a close encounter with something as well. It is Ada, though, with a respawn, and that is not great. Linko does overtake, but again, touches the side. Talia also slowed down a little bit, and now falls over the edge. Linko able to take second place back just like that. And that ace that they needed, this might be it, actually. Vingumi is still in first place onto that finish where you have to do a little zigzag with a jump into the finish. There it is. Vingumi drives a PB even with a 47.5. It is 0.4 behind Stella's fastest round. But there it is. The 10-1 is on the board. And the Shorkies take the first map against the Rice Buns, and we will be going to the flip, so it is it might get spectacular.
It's the Rice Buns pick. Let's see if on this map maybe the table will have turned.
The tables have flipped.
I was gonna. That sounded awkward. I was gonna say in the next sentence where maybe the sides have flipped because they are much faster on this map than the Shorkies, or maybe the Shorkies are just phenomenal on every single map, and could even be. On their own big pick, the Rice Buns will have a bit of a harder time. But let's watch this warm up.
Ooh. This flip is like the two flips here. They require a very, very precise lineup. If you're just off by a little bit, like the flip doesn't work, or you clip something or something like that. So it can be a very, if you get it, it's super satisfying, but it can also be very frustrating if you're just a pixel off to the side.
Yes, it's just it's all about that very precise setup. But once you get that, like if you can get that into your muscle memory, it's so satisfying to drive this map. I have to say, like, some of the transitions that are like almost flips, but you don't actually flip, but that you drive similarly, they feel really nice when you hit them.
Yeah. Let me see if I can see if either team has played this. Have the Shorkies played this map before?
Not Ada starting with a late start. Just didn't press,
that's not great.
Press gas in the beginning. I don't know what was going on there. Controller disconnect, anything. But this is of course not great for the Rice Bunnies. Linko failing the flip, having to go
Ada does
the
get
safe
the-
way, and
Ooh,
Ada up in front again, just by getting the flip, because Vingumi and Linko both
Beautiful.
went the safe way.
There's that
So
RPG experience, right? Hopefully they can hold on to it.
It really is.
Ooh, Vingumi though.
Oh, Vingumi zooming there. I was gonna say, okay, Vingumi and Linko don't seem super comfortable with the flip identity itself, so maybe the rice buns have a bit of a chance, but then Vingumi just flies past them. It will
Ada
be
though
tight.
with a nice second place, 2 seconds behind Vingumi. Vingumi had so much speed coming out of that jump there. Linko finishes in third place, and with Ada in second, of course, it is a victory for the Shorkies. They will get a little bit of a little bit of turtling for the fans. Shorkies are in the lead 2-1. Let's see if they can get round 2 with a similar result. We're going to take a look at Talia here. Here is that Neo slide in that first drift. It does look like Linko has a bit of an awkward start here. Ends up in fourth place. Here's that first flip. Talia gets it nicely. Ada has to respawn, and it is also Linko who didn't quite get it, but does get it now. We're going into that second jump. Vingumi has a great run at the moment. Here comes that second one. Gets it nice and smooth. Talia has to respawn. Gets overtaken by Linko now. And Ada is in the rear. Does get the jump nicely. But that is 2 Shorkies in the lead. And Linko will arrive in second place. 5.7 seconds behind first place. So this is such a chaotic map. Like,
Yes.
there's no predicting what happens here. It's
all of the players are not fully consistent on all
Exactly.
of the transitions. We've seen Vingumi now make the flip, but the round before not. Let's see how it will play out in this round and who will get the flip and thus probably the lead. So far,
Vingumi takes the other road at the start, by the way.
Yes,
Takes
Ada
the short
immediately in the mud has to respawn multiple times. Linko a lot more speed than Vingumi. Let's see a nice transition by Linko. Is keeping a lot of speed and thus massively in the lead. But Vingumi behind, so it's looking like another ace. Talia and Ada don't seem to be as consistent on this map as they would like to be, because if they're not making these mistakes, they're actually decently fast here. But no, like this, it will be another ace for the Shorkies. Talia finished, but Digital Ada is so many seconds behind. We will see it in a second. Yes, it stays at those almost 12 seconds behind. But I had the feeling that Ada started late again.
Maybe there is something going on with the, I don't know, the controller or something, but at least they have started now. Oh, Vingumi now not getting the best start and is being overtaken by Linko and Talia, but Ada has to unfortunately respawn. And it is only Talia. No, Talia was the only one who actually got the flip, but then jumped off too low from that exit there and actually had to respawn again. Gets overtaken by Vingumi and Linko. Linko now 5 seconds behind her teammate. And Vingumi is already close to the finish. There it is. It's an ace they needed, and it looks like an ace is what they will get. Talia is not too far behind, but now has to respawn again. We'll end up in second place. There it is. Vingumi and Linko win the match versus the Rice Buns with 11-1. And I think we are going to check out as well which matches perhaps are still going on. GG to the Shorkies. Rice Buns, well played. But the Shorkies are a size too big, I do think. GG. Let's take a look at some other matches that are possibly still happening.
All right, so match 2 is also still happening.
Shall we go there? Let's just go down the line.
Sure. I mean, it worked last time, so.
Exactly.
We can just do that
see how it
again.
goes. We are on 9 tails.
Yes, and they're
let's
just
see.
finishing the second round on this map.
Yes. The score is Equinox is 1 map ahead against Apex. And the score is now 5-1 in favor of Equinox. So if they take this map, they will in fact take the entire match. So let's see how Apex, what their response is to that. Liz was in the lead, now gets overtaken by some people. Catbag and Liz now in first and second place. They do seem to switch places a lot here. There we go. Looking at Liz now. Eva and Shorty have to make up for a little bit of time. Shorty in third place. It does look like the ace is coming, and maybe we are going to another third map here if the ladies of Apex manage to close it out. We do have... Wait, Catbag? Yeah, Catbag drives a PB 48.5. Liz in second place. They close the gap a little bit. 4-5 now. Equinox still in the lead, but it's not by much, and Liz and Catbag need to win this map if they want to win. Liz with an early respawn, but Susan, go for it.
Oh yes, Yeva is in the lead, Catbag behind, then Shorty, Yeva's teammate in third place, so a good mix up there. 3 of them are also close together, so let's see how this will play out. So far they're like little ducks following the mama duck Yeva. In a nice line, like all the lines are looking equal. If you look at the skid marks from the reels, they're all kind of almost taking the same line on the grass now.
Ooh, but
not as much. Cat is catching up, overtaking, has a bit more speed than Yeva. Let's see how they can carry this speed and these lines through the gas, and it's really close into the finish. Cat back actually sniping Yeva again. You couldn't even tell who was gonna finish first there. Insane. So yes, this will just be a draw. So still very close together.
That was actually amazing, and I'm actually going to be looking at Catbag here for this round because I could see that Catbag had beautiful no slides onto those grass sections, and that just gained her so much speed over her opponent. Let's see if she can do that again. So Liz once again with a good start here. Look at this no slide. There it is. Oh my god. And just like that, in first place. And Eva now has to come from third place. Shorty Gray does manage to stay in second, and Liz now with a little bit of a gap, more than a second to make up for. Shorty Gray now has the task of, if she can, overtaking Catbag so that they can turn it into a win. But it does look like Eva or Shorty will, Catbag will stay in first place. Actually, with a PB of 47.8. And now suddenly Equinox is on match point. Apex needs to deny them now, or this is over.
Go Catbag, you can do it. Keep no slide abusing. The players are close together. Liz and Catbag up in front. This is what they need. Yeva is very close behind, though. Shorty Gray falling a little bit further behind. But Liz and Catbag are both still in front. Yeva also falling behind after the touch. Catbag touching as well. So Shorty is actually in the lead now. Let's see what Catbag... Catbag is still falling behind with this no slide power, overtaking again in first place. And this not hitting the dirt this time. This is cinema. This is really cinema.
Oh my goodness.
Shorty Gray still right behind, but Catbag does manage to get the risky clean enough, so it will be a draw, which means we'll keep going, but the positions just kept changing too quickly. What
yeah, it was that was something to see. Equinox now only needs 2 points, but Apex now also in a position to finish this track if they manage the ace, but only if they manage the ace. Equinox only needs 2 points. We have an early mistake though, and it was Shorty who now has to come from quite far. 0.7 on the clock, and that gives Catbag and Liz a very good opportunity to at least get more points here than their opponents if they can hold on to this. We know that Catback has that beautiful no slide strat that the other girls don't really do. They do slide more. Here comes that outside dirt line. Nobody's touching for now. And Catback will go into the finish with a first place. Yes, Eva in second. Liz does drive a PB in third. And suddenly, it's 9-9. We are tied. Equinox, if they win the match, or if they win the map, they'll win the match. Apex will force a third map out of it. Let's see who can keep their nerves in check.
Draw. Let's get a draw. All the players are closely together. No big mistake yet. Shorty a little bit behind, but Yeva battling it out with Liz. And that Catback has the first mistake, completely crashing, falling behind. Yeva and Liz close together and battling. But we will not see these wonderful no slide lines by Catback this time, so it should stay pretty close till the end. Yeva has more speed. Shorty
Liz has to get first.
Liz has to get first. So unless Yeva fails to finish, it will be a win for Equinox, which means Yeva and Shorty Grey will win this match because they won the previous map as well. So congratulations to them. And I just want to point out that I called it again, and it worked again.
You are the prophet today.
They should hire me as their mascot.
I'm going to see if we have any more rounds going on. I'm going into server 3 now. Luna Ena versus the Big Bonker is going on over there. And it looks like Luna Ena is in the lead by 1 map. But the score on the second map, we are on Ninetales as well, is 2-2. So anything is still possible here. Right now, it is Luna who is in first place, and followed by Magi, Leah in third, and Nico, who is of course a substitute for Celiosta, who we normally see together with Luna. But here it is, Luna with a new world record on this map just as we come in. That is beautiful timing. 47.5, fastest time driven on Ninetales so far. It is still a tie though. Leah and Nico both with a PB, but we're 3-3 in points.
Yes, they're really holding up. We said about Magi last time that she was actually really clean on this map. But if you just look at her pace, if you're driving against the Luna, who is not only also at a very good has good lines, but also is just a lot faster and setting world records. It will be interesting to see Magi trying to keep up with that, because even though her lines are really clean, if you compare it to the world record time, it's just a little bit behind as well, which means Luna is also massively in the lead. All the players are kind of far apart from each other, with Magi being in second place, 1.5 seconds behind, Leia over 5 seconds behind now in third, and then Neko right on the fourth place.
And then again!
Magi is failing the risky finish. Leia will go safe, and Magi is also going safe now. And
Another
we also we now have another world record by Luna. And honestly, if you're going up against this, do you really have a chance to get first place here, unless Luna pushes for yet another world record and makes a mistake because of that?
I mean, anything is possible at this point. It is, I mean, we're talking about Luna. It's for those of you not aware, formerly known as Switch. Luna is, of course, one of the best full speed players in the game, so there's no question about her skill. And but there is an early mistake now by Luna's teammate Nico, who is of course a substitute as well. Leah and Magi now together, hand in hand, are gonna try to catch Luna. Maybe hope for a mistake here. Magi now overtaking teammate Leah for second place, but I mean, Luna is already 1.6 ahead here, and I'm going to take a look at these lines actually by Luna, because it is a beautiful sight to see, while Magi and Leah still in second and third. So in draw position, there we go. It's not a new world record. This time there is an end to the madness, and this is it apparently. It's another draw, so we're going 5-5. The Bonkers are not out of this yet.
No, all they need is one slip up from
Exactly.
Luna. If the positions stay the same, if Nico stays behind, then they just need one slip up from Luna, which they have to utilize to get 1 point ahead.
Exactly.
And then they could keep on drawing together. But so far, Luna is in the lead again. Magi second place. Leah third. Leah crashed. So Nico's actually on the third place. This is, of course, the other possibility, and that the other team will get an advantage of being a point ahead.
Yeah.
Because Leah will probably not really recover from this unless Nico, makes another mistake as I'm talking about that. But so we're back to our regular position. Luna in first place, currently on that dirt line onto the grass. Magi following her, and we're going for the finish. Luna is finishing another world record. Magi not even gonna bother with it, going safe, finishing in second, and Leah finishing third in the risky finish, and then Nico in fourth place. So yes, that's just casually another world record. But we're still on a draw.
It's still 6-6, yeah, but it's like Luna is just like tuning the scope, right? And just getting a little bit closer each time, a little bit better, a little bit better, a little bit better. Every round so far has been a PB. Once again, with the best start out of everyone. Leah, Magi, and Nico, all with some mistakes here. So we're going to see who comes out of it on top this time. Luna still in the lead, already 1.5 seconds ahead, has not made a mistake. Leah now crashing as well, but Nico didn't have the best line, could not take advantage of that. So Magi still in second place, and it looks like the battle is going to be fought in a third place, actually, between Leah and Nico, and see if either of them. There it is, Leah with the mistake. This could be the turnaround. This could be exactly what Lunaina needs in order to take that lead in the points. And looks like, yeah, she can just go for the safe finish. And there it is. Magi does get second place, but because Nico now managed to overtake Leah, took advantage of a mistake. It is now 8-7. Interestingly, it is track point for the Big Bonkers as well. They would need the ace. It's not likely, but it could. But Lunaina just needs to.
It certainly could. Nico is again a bit on the slower side, but Leah even behind her at the start again had to respawn, massively falling behind. So Magi in second place. So far it looks like just like last round. So if the positions stay the same, we will have a winner. But Magi is not giving up, solidly driving her rounds like she's done before. But Luna just so far ahead in front.
Just flawless, yeah.
Really just flawless, always like risking that dirt turn. When I spectate Magi and look at... almost another world record. But
it's consistently 0.4 is like, wow.
If I look at Luna from Magi's perspective, it always looks like she's crashing on the dirt and hitting the wall, but she's not. She just keeps all of that speed. It's just super impressive to watch. So yeah, yes, a very deserved win. GG, very like not only clean but also super fast. Just massive GG.
Very clean. Lunaina wins the match 10-8 in the second map. The Big Bonkers put up a really good fight, but unfortunately, it was very, very fast. And I don't think there are any more matches left, if I'm not mistaken. No, I think that was it. Let me see. There it is. Okay, so let's take a look at the thing for this round, the master sheet. Shorkies versus Rice Buns. The Shorkies have won that round, or won that match 2-0. So the Shorkies will go straight to the upper bracket semi-final, which is going to be played at 9 CET, that is. The Rice Buns will go to the lower bracket where they will be facing, let me see, they will be facing Meow. So that could be an interesting match. Let's see, the Apex Predators were defeated by Equinox, and Equinox will face the Shorkies, while the Predators will face, actually, they won't STPG, but since they are not here, they will have a bye. So they will continue on to next round. Luna Ena beat the Big Bonkers, and Luna Ena will face AFAB in the upper bracket, while the Big Bonkers are going to face Holy Dynasty. And of course, Molotov Gaming was defeated by AFAB. So Molotov Gaming, they will face the Sussy Bunnies. There it is. That is your schedule for the next round. It is only a few minutes, but I do believe we will take a few minutes break, even if it's just a couple. Even if it's just 3 to 4 minutes, we will be right back though with some more fabulous driving by all these beautiful ladies. 4 matches in the next round. So, wait, next match due at 25 minutes past the hour. Wait a minute, let me see. Oh, that's 10 minutes. Okay, yeah, then we have a little bit more time. So, a few minute break. What do you think?
Yes, I fully agree.
Okay.
We will be right back for you.
Exactly.
Viewers.
If you want to get your drink, you want to go pee, you want to cuddle your dog or your cat, this is the time to do so. So, we'll see you in a few minutes. Don't go anywhere.
Now Glacial is getting banned by the sub bunnies.
Not live. Now we are live.
We're
There we
back.
go. Yeah. We were having a little bit of a technical issue because, of course, why wouldn't we? Right? It's all fine. We are in the pick and ban phase. Actually, we're already watching. We're going to be watching the Molotov versus Sussy Bunnies match, and we have seen a Glacialis ban by the bunnies. And Molotov has banned the flip, and now Molotov is going to be picking the map that they do in fact want to play. So let's see what that is gonna be. Ninetales is the first map we're gonna be seeing. Let me make some really quick thingies here. Delightful Winter and Years Lost is the other one. So Glacialis is not gonna be played. Delightful Winter, Years Lost, and there we go. The Sussy Bunnies there. I'm just making. Oh, I'm writing so fast. You don't even want to know.
Is there still an issue with not live? What does that mean? Is the stream crashing?
Are we not live? I do believe we are live. Are we? Do you guys hear us? Like, are we muted?
Test 1 2 3. When I start the stream,
I can see us on the stream.
I also see us. 1 2 3.
There we go.
And the chat is also right there.
I meant the match. Oh yeah. Okay. But yes. Fabs, what are you confusing us? What the heck? Oh my goodness. I also think
I think my game might have... No, my game is not crashed. Something is not right in my game. I have like a frozen screen. Okay, now it's fixed itself.
Oh, there we go. I do think the pick and ban phase is... did it work? Do we have to do it again? Or let me see.
Valid? Stop the count.
Yeah, they're asking again. I'm just waiting for match canceled. I think we might be going again, but we're just gonna have to see what is happening here, because of course we did join a little bit late. Of course, the match we're gonna be watching is Molotov versus the Sussy Bunnies, which means Hippie Girl and a Long Bunny versus Kazer and Andorin. And if we take a look at, if I take a look at the master sheet from last time. Let me see. The Molotov has ended up in a third place after last event, and the Sussy Bunnies were in 10th. So on paper, this should be a favorite game, a Molotov gaming favorite. Oh, here we go. We're going into another pick and ban phase. Glacialis still banned. The flip still banned. And now Molotov has another pick, so for now we still have the same picks and bans as last time. Maybe because we joined the room, it didn't quite, the comp tool got a little bit confused about things, because the comp tool, we know, likes to be confused about things. Ninetales is still the third map, picked by Molotov. My cat is leaving my lap right now. Delightful Winter and Years Lost. This is luckily the exact notes that I have made just now. I don't have to change a thing. There we go. Chat is confusing us, but we got it.
No confusion.
Sorted.
I will never look at chat again. I will take no directions from the mods ever again.
Exactly. In the meantime, chat, let's hear your favorites for this matchup. I'm taking a look at the warm up right now. We're going to change the map, I think. Actually, no, we are on the correct map. We are already on Ninetales. Let me put a good luck, have fun in chat. There we go. And we will be watching Hippie Girl, Kazer, Andrew, and Long Bunny battle it out in this lower bracket lower bracket match 1. 4 matches planned in. One of those is already decided by a bye. The Apex Predators will be advancing. Let's see. Yeah. And the other 3, I mean, it's lower bracket time. Do or die. Win or you are unfortunately going to the consolation brackets. Let's see how these teams hold up to the pressure. I'm waiting for... here we go. 8 seconds on the clock. There it is.
5.
Are you ready?
4, 3. Yes, I am ready.
Are you ready?
I want to see all of your favorite custom cheers for these teams in the chat. Let's go.
Yeah, let's hear it. for your favorite team, for your favorite player, it's going to be hopefully good. Molotov on paper with the better chances, but I mean, we've seen surprises happen here, so could be anything. Could be anything.
It could. We will see. But so far, Molotov is indeed in the lead. I don't. Is the live rankings on my left? We're still in the warm up. Wait.
This is warm up. Yes.
Yes. I thought we just started.
No, we had to restart. It's okay. We've all cast the warm up once. This is fine. This is fine.
No, I'm not casting. I was confused because there was a warm up and then it said the match starts, and now we have another warm up, and then my brain was.
Oh yeah, it has
confused.
it has a long, like an hour-long warm-up thing,
yes,
and then when we restart, it goes to a minute timer.
Yes.
Exactly.
All right. We're about to start.
Good luck to both teams. Molotov versus Sussy Bunnies. Good luck. Have fun to both teams. Susan, do you want to take the first round to kick it off?
Yes, clearly I wanted to take the first round just now to kick it off. But let's go. Let's see if Molotov Scaling will still stay in the lead. So far, the players are together. But yes, Molotov is indeed in the lead. Long Bunny fighting it out with Andorin in the middle, though. While Kozar is in front in first place.
Oh, a touch.
So yes, Molotov in the lead. Long Bunny behind, then Hippie Girl, Long Bunny crashing. So Andorin and Kozar just zooming away. Can save here and there. Don't have to take the best lines in order to stay in the lead right now, because Long Bunny and Hippie Girl are several seconds behind. Long Bunny is 3 seconds behind. Hippie Girl 9 seconds over 10 seconds. Kozar gets the risky finish. Andorin gets the risky finish. Nice and clean. And that is the first ace for Molotov, indeed.
That's gotta feel good to start with, you know? Just having an ace on the board right there. Hippie Girl going for the safe finish. In fourth place, Kozar and Andorin started off with an ace for Molotov, 3-0 on the board. That's a nice one. Of course, the previous round we've seen Luna driving PB after PB, so let's see if these players can get close. Andorin with a crash very early on. Now it's up to Kozar to, of course, get first place here in order to force that draw on the board, but Long Bunny is going to see if she can do anything about that. Has about half a second on Kozar. It's going to be a little bit more because she does get a little bit of a wonky landing, so that's going to lose some time. Hippie Girl, in the meantime, is about 3.6 seconds behind and is being chased down by Andorin, and Andorin does in fact overtake. So now suddenly they are no longer in a draw position, but in a win position for Molotov. And if Long Bunny can make it to the finish, there it is. Long Bunny does make it into the finish. It is a new PB for Hippie Girl. Hasn't played this map that often yet in the competition, so we're gonna see some PBs while these maps are in their first rounds. 5-1 in the meantime for Molotov. 4 points of a gap. Nice lead to start with.
Alright, and no early crash by Andorin so far again this round. Molotov are in the lead, while Hippie Girl and Long Bunny are falling a little bit behind. Already half a second mistake by Andorin. Long Bunny overtaking. Andorin in second place now. Andorin with another clip mistake. Doesn't have the speed to do all of these transitions the way she's used to, which means that Long Bunny can extend her lead into second place, while Hippie Girl is still on fourth, falling behind. Kozar, of course, in first place, has quite a lead because she has not made a mistake yet. But how will it change? Kozar gets a new PB into the finish. Long Bunny finishes. Everyone gets the risky, and then Hippie Girl is also coming up to the finish. Will she also go for the risky? Nope. She bonks that pole and goes for the safe finish. So congratulations on the new PB, and that's a victory. So now we just need another ace for Molotov Gaming, and it will already be a point for them.
And who put that poll there is what I would be asking if I were Hippie Girl. We have a track point for Molotov on the clock. Of course, they do need the ace, so that is something to achieve. But for now, they are in a good position here with Hippie Girl respawning as well. Long Bunny still in a position to maybe do something, at least prevent the ace from happening. So it does have to overtake at least one of these ladies. Android and Causer, though, hand in hand, driving a really good lap together. Causer taking a bit of a lead now. It is only 3.4. Hippie Girl with another respawn. Here we have that outside dirt line. Causer going really outside. That's going to get a lot of speed. And now they will, in fact, go to the finish in 1 and 2. Andrin with a PB of 48.3 by Causer. Not the fastest time, but she didn't need to drive a fast time because she was quite far ahead. With that ace, they put it on 10-2. And that will take them, that will win them the first map. We're going to the next map, which will be the flip. No, it won't. I'm sorry. Delightful Winter. The flip was banned. Let me not confuse you.
Last match.
At the moment. We are going to Delightful Winter. And that one was picked by the Sussy Bunnies. This one was picked by Molotov. The next one is picked by the Sussy Bunnies. So let's see what they have in store for us.
Yes, of course, it's always interesting to see the statistically weaker team when we go to their pick, if they are able to catch up or if it's gonna be a closer fight
with the
compared
cheese.
To the last map.
We have the cheese.
We see the cheese again. We're not allowed to eat the cheese.
That's just rude, honestly. We should always be allowed to eat the cheese.
We should get paid in cheese.
Paid in cheese. Oh, okay. I mean, that has its advantages, but also, you know, I don't know. Meanwhile, on stream, you can see. Sorry. Meanwhile, you can see a little preview of the map that we are about to watch. It is, of course, called Delightful Winter, and it is made by a cheese lover. It has an interesting finish where you do a little zigzag and then have to yeet your car up in order to
kind of look like a skateboard track.
Yeah, and TMGL identity is what that's what I'm thinking too. Skate park, TMGL identity. Here we go, round 1. Susan.
All right. So Koza is in the lead, but Hippie Girl in second place. Everyone close together. Koza first in the lead. Long Bunny second place. Now overtook Hippie Girl and Enderan, who both made mistakes. So let's see how this will play out as they go through the following checkpoints. Hippie Girl and Enderan falling further and further behind. Long Bunny 0.8 behind Koza. So far, like looking like a draw situation. But let's see how this will play out.
Enderan's gonna overtake. Oh no. Oh, boink.
Oh, yes. Yes, Enderan did overtake. Hippie Girl bonked again. In the meantime, Long Bunny cannot catch up, while Koza is, of course, approaching the ending already, finishing in a new PB.
Wow.
And
there it is.
It might be the first time she's playing this map in the competition as well.
Could be indeed. It is a good time, though, because the fastest time, as we can see in the top left, was driven by Stella, which was a 47.1. And Koza was only 0.2 away from that, so that is
very good time.
Quite a nice time. Let's take a look at the next round here. It wasn't an ace, it was a 2-1 situation, so Molotov does have a lead, but it's not a big one. However, we do see Koza and Enderan now speeding away in first and second place. Long Bunny is able to keep up for now. Let's see if she can hold on to that position, maybe even take advantage of a mistake if one of them makes it. Oh, but now she does make the mistake herself. Hippie Girl also having to respawn, and Long Bunny now not getting the great slide, gets a no slide, and also Hippie Girl getting a no slide. We are looking at the last zigzags of Koza, who drives a 47.5. Enderan in second place, 0.7 behind. They didn't have to go fast because they did have some space to work with here. Long Bunny in third, and here is Hippie Girl in the rear will do a respawn in order to still finish. There it is. An ace on the board, though. That puts them 5-1. And that does begin to look very dire for the Sussy Bunnies because they cannot afford to lose this map if they want to have a chance at staying in, to be honest.
And that is correct. They really can. And they all, of course, also know that they're not in a very good position even going into this match, being matched up against Molotov Gaming. So they've got quite the stones to carry. Kozer and Enderin first and second, but Long Bunny slightly in front of Enderin. It's a bit of a back and forth in second and third place so far. So a similar situation to last round. Let's see if Long Bunny can keep up with the two Molotov gamers, and so far she can. She did not crash in the part where she did in the previous round, but still staying a little bit behind Enderin. And even if she's closer to these two players, as long as they still finish both, which they do, and they ace, it does not matter if Long Bunny is just over 1 second behind or if she's 6 seconds behind, because the result is the same.
There it is, the ace, and suddenly we have a match point for Molotov Gaming. They only need 2 or maybe 2 draws. They can basically just really go safe now, but I suspect they are not going to do that. And here is an early mistake by Enderin. Kozer, however, still in first place, has been driving really, really fast. Long Bunny in the drift, touches the inside there, gets overtaken by Enderin again. And they are now going to be battling it out here. Here's that outside dirt line where you really don't want to touch it, but you want to go as outside as possible. Enderin comes out of it best onto the grass section, and Kozer is still really on a very, very good run. And the way it looks now, if they finish like this match will indeed be over. And Kozer will maybe, she doesn't get a PB, but she does get a first place, and Enderin in a second, and there it is, match point. They cash it in with 11-1. They put the victory on the board, and I think that means that we're going to see which other matches are still happening. What do you think? Let's see what's going on here. Maybe all the matches are all the matches already done? Wait.
Yeah, I cannot seem to join.
Actually, they are.
Wow, that was quick. So I guess not as close as the matches we've had before. Not ranked out, clean sweeps. So Molotov Gaming, of course, just won against the Sussy Bunnies. Then we had Team Meow win against the Rice Buns in the second match. The Apex Predators won against STPG.
That was the bye, yeah.
Yeah, because there was the bye, and then Holy Dynasty won against the Big Bonkers. Thank you.
I'm sorry, this cat just is babbling.
No, I love it. I just
yes.
tried to include him in the cast.
Exactly. Yeah, I'm gonna give him a cookie soon, and then hopefully he'll be happy with that. Yes. So the next matches that we are going to be having, which are planned for 9 o'clock, which is in 17 minutes. Oh, there he is. Okay, yeah, Cat's joining me. Sorry. We have the Shorkies versus Equinox in the upper bracket semi-final. Luna Aina and AFAB will be battling it out in the other upper bracket semi-final. So those are going to be quite spectacular. And then, of course, we're going to be playing in the lower bracket, Molotov Gaming versus Meow and Apex Predators versus Holy Dynasty. We have a couple of raids, by the way. I'd like to thank B2 Esports for raiding earlier. And also, of course, Randomize. Thank you so much for the raid. You came at a wonderful time. Well, my cat is, he wants to be involved. You know how it goes. We've just finished round 3 today, and we will be going for a little bit of a break. Not the cat cast. I will try to. The next round is it's not for another 15 minutes. So, Susan, what do you think? Do we have a little break?
I think we have another little short break because we're surprisingly so on schedule.
Don't jinx it, please. Don't jinx it.
No, I'm not jinxing it. Look, the comp tool already had its little struggles for the Trackmania World Cup, so for us it's running smoothly today. That's just how it
Very
goes.
true. Very true.
It cannot break twice.
I swear you're jinxing it. Oh my god.
No, I'm not. Look,
I know who to blame if it goes wrong. This is what I think. This is what's
you
happening.
may blame me if something goes wrong. I'll take the blame. It's fine.
Okay. All right, I'll hold you to that. No, but hopefully we're gonna keep it as clean as possible. Thank you everyone in chat, by the way. All the raids that we're getting and all the viewers that we have, you are all fabulous. We're gonna take a couple minutes of a break. The next matches are going to be in 15 minutes. So again, get a drink, go pee, cuddle your cats and your dog and your girlfriend and your boyfriend and all that. And then hope to see you back here in a little bit. So bye-bye.
We are back.
Oh, there you are. Welcome back, everybody. They are a little bit sooner than expected. They have been moved up by 10 minutes because we are nicely on schedule, and I hope I didn't jinx it here. Round 4 today is about to kick off. We have 2 upper bracket matches, 2 lower bracket, and 2 consolidation matches. And the one we're going to be watching is Apex Predators versus Holy Dynasty. I'm not sure what to expect from that. What do you think?
Me neither, but that is also the reason why we picked that match. Because we don't know what's going to happen, and we're very excited to find out.
Exactly. And one of those teams will stay in the lower bracket, and the other team will go to the consolidation bracket in the next round. So there are, the stakes are getting higher now. If you start losing 2 in a row, the chances are those will be the last matches you will play. And of course, tomorrow we still have a whole bunch of rounds to go. So we'd love to see who ends up in the top 4. I think it's top 4. Yeah, it's top 4. So yeah, let's see. Apex Predators, Holy Dynasty. That means we have to go into server 4, if I'm not mistaken. There we go.
I think I'm trying to join. Yes, I'm joining into the server. We're already in the pick and bans. Are they correct, or do we have to redo them? It looks like Holy Dynasty banned the flip. So let's see what the Apex Predators are banning.
We can't see chat, so that's we don't know if it's actually working out. The flip and Glacialis. But they're not instantly picking, so that's something.
What's with all the Glacialis hate? I really liked seeing that map earlier, and now it keeps getting banned.
They're not in the ice community, apparently.
No, not in the ice community. I loved watching that map also for the weekly. I had so much fun, but the players don't want to have fun with me.
Not tonight. Holy Dynasty has banned the flip, and Apex does not want to play Glacialis. Delightful Winter is going to be
the first map saw that map.
We know what to expect from that now, indeed. Apex, I'm just doing my notes. Ninetales. Okay. And that was, of course, picked by HD, and that means if we go to map 3, Years Lost will be the deciding map. Welcome to all the new people in chat as well. We're going to be watching a lower bracket match between Holy Dynasty and Apex Predators, and hopefully it's going to be a good one. We do have to change the map because we are still on the flip, and they have banned that out.
They do not want to play this.
They do not want to play that. Let me see. I'm going to do some good luck, have fun typage. We are watching Catbag and Liz versus Neodonte and a Prow. Apex Predators, Holy Dynasty. I think this could be actually pretty close. But maybe... I honestly don't know who's going to win it. I think it could be a close match. Chat, what do you think?
I agree. We also haven't really seen these teams so far today, so It's hard to tell.
We saw them for a little bit, but not really. So it should be good. Look at these beautiful maps. I think the maps, they're not only really good maps, but also, yeah, like you said, they just look really good.
This map is just delightful in my opinion, especially because of the cheese.
And
we
cold.
Get to see it again.
And cold is winter, right?
Mm-hmm. I really like the use of the color purple because it gives it more of a cooler vibe. We have some like other bright yellow maps and so on, and those really give off the spring vibe, but because this is a winter map, I feel like the cool purple tones are really fitting.
Looks really good. Yeah, props to all the mappers of this season. Really good stuff. Really good stuff. Looking at the chat. Okay, one of the players is not yet ready. So, do we have the... maybe we can show the preview of the map for a little bit if we have it. And otherwise, we'll just keep yapping a little bit more. There we go. There is the preview map by Cheese Lover, Delightful Winter. We've seen it a couple times now. It has that interesting finish with the zigzag, kind of a TMGL identity vibe. And you really want to give yourself a good yeet up there. Otherwise, you will not make it into the finish. I think we are still paused.
Yes. We are.
So we are not live yet, so don't be fooled. Yeah, we are paused. Indeed. So yeah. Neodanto and Prow versus Catbag and Liz. Liz, who was playing last year as well, teamed with Lena Kitty. There's the cheese. Look at that. Isn't that delicious? It is delightful. Who doesn't like it? Press 1 if you like cheese. Good luck, have fun. I do think we are going now. So we are off on this first round. Apex Predators Holy Dynasty. Susan, take it away.
All right, we have Liz in the lead right now, followed by Prove, and Catbag is also up in there. Neo closely following behind the other 3 players. No major blunders thus far. Especially the top 3 players are close together while Neo is following a little bit behind. Cat kind of touched the wall there, falling behind Neo even, but getting back up to 3rd place while Prove is attacking Liz for that top position. Let's see, no crashes in this drift.
Speed. Prow has speed.
And
Prow has speed. There it is.
Prove does have speed. Will we... Yes, she will hit the finish. Nice.
Nice. Prow with a 48.1, about a second behind the fastest time in rounds by Stella. But it was a good round, very close. We're going to round 2. The score is 1-1. And let's see who comes out on top this time. It will not be Neodanto. She crashes into that corner and will have to come back from a full stop pretty much. So now it is up to Prow to take first place and limit the damage and get that draw on the board once again. So Catbag and Liz will do anything they can to stay ahead, because that will mean some good points. Prow does overtake Liz now. So that is 1 down, I guess you could say. But Catbag is still a little bit further. Liz does have a good line though, but does Prow have more speed? Once again this time, gets a little bit of airtime, doesn't look like it. Liz will secure 2nd place. There it is, the ace for Apex Predators. Catbag and Liz, beautifully. 47.6, half a second behind the fastest time, but also half a second faster than the previous round. And there it is, 3 points ahead, 4-1 in favor of Apex.
And we start into another round. Once again, the players are close together with Neo falling a little bit behind Prove in 3rd place, 2nd place, battling it out with Liz while Catbag is in the top position again. Very close. Prove attacking Catbag, overtaking in the dirt, but Catbag has a little bit more speed, manages to overtake Prove again, staying in front in the grass section. How will it look after this drift? Prove gets it beautifully, has so more speed. It's so close, and Catbag actually makes a mistake in that grass section, so Prove is in front, will beautifully take the ending. That's a PB, and Catbag finishes in 2nd, Liz 3rd, so it will be another draw. But there was such a close fight.
That was a good battle, and might be hopefully indicative of what we're about to witness here. I'm, of course, every match hoping for a 3-mapper. Let's see if these ladies will make that happen. Early mistake, though, and it was, let's see, Prow this time with a mistake, but also Neodanto has lost a little bit of speed. It is now Liz and Catbag in the lead together. They go onto that dirt section. Here's a little bit of an outside dirt line. They both get it nicely. But Liz, did she touch? It looked like she touched, but I guess she didn't, just my point of view. They're still in the lead together, and they are about to go into that very sharp drift. And Neodanto doesn't quite drift enough and will clip a little bit. Catbag in the lead will finish in 1st place. There it is with a PB as well, a 5-5-5 on the board. Liz in 2nd place, another ace on the board, and suddenly it's track point and they only need 2. The gap is 6 points. That is huge.
Yes, it really does look like the Apex Predators will take this map. But let's see, as we go in this potential last round, immediately Neo is falling behind in that very first drift, always the same drift.
Respawn, yeah.
Catback is in the lead. Liz, third place, and in between Prov. Very close, attacking Catback again. Let's see if Catback can feel another player so close to her, and if she will risk it a little too much again. But so far, they're both basically hand in hand, and it happens again. Catback hits the corner in the same grass turn, and Probe actually gets first place, Liz second, Catback third, and that is a draw, which means we're not done with this map just yet. There will be at least one more round.
At least one more round is true. But of course, the only way out now for Holy Dynasty is that they ace it twice in a row. Chat Prow is now asking, can you please crash? Getting a little bit of a little bit of help. But there you go. Holy Dynasty needs to ace it. There's no other option for them, or we go to map 2. We have another early mistake by Neodonto. Not her map, this one. It is, of course, also picked by Apex Predators, and they are showing us exactly why they picked it. But it is Prow now in the lead, and also Catbag with a crash. Liz has a little bit more speed than Prow, it does look like, but can Prow maybe come back from it? Catbag coming right back. I don't know, maybe I saw it wrong. That's actually a big respawn there. So now it's between Prow and Liz. But also, Neodonto would have to get past Liz somehow in order to save this, and that is not going to be possible. Liz gets second place. That is the point they needed to close it out. And they do win the round, Holy Dynasty, with Neodonto in third place. But Apex has enough points to take the map. And, wait, I see a disconnect happening. Is that what's happening? Not sure what's happening. Is there a disconnect going on? I'm looking at the leaderboard now on the left. We are going to next map, so it's 10-5 on the first map. Apex is one
see
map
if we have to pause.
But let's see if that went well, because it looked like one of the girls actually left the server. So we'll have to see what is going on there if we are all still here. Prowl looks like... I think Prowl might have... Yeah, Prowl is not here at the moment, so we're going to have to wait a little bit until she is back. Meanwhile, the warm-up is starting, but of course, we will be waiting for Prowl. We're not going to start without one of the players. So let's see what happens there. We are on the map called Nine Tails. It's actually a map made by Prowl, so that should give her maybe a little bit of an advantage, maybe some familiarity, Let's see how that comes together. Prowl not back yet, so we're just going to wait a little bit and see what happens here while Liz is just doing some warm-ups. So yeah, the timer on the top right, or on the right, don't mind that quite yet. We will have to wait for Prowl to come back. Let's see what the chat is saying. No, nothing about the disconnect. So they're just yapping about Pepsi at the moment. There it is. Let's see. Prowl not back yet. We are paused. They will be warming up a little bit still. Let's see with the nice camera from above what this map looks like. It's a map, when you play it, there's a lot of spots where you think you have to go one way and then suddenly you got to go the other, which is kind of funny when you first discover it, because I went wrong a bunch of times. Have you played these maps actually, Susan?
I have not played all of these maps, but this map I have played, and I was certainly a little bit confused when I first played it. But once you get used to it, there is some quite fun transitions. But just you have to know first. Of course, this should not be an issue for the players playing now in the second step. But yes, for Discovery, tough map. In rounds, I don't know. It's been getting picked a bunch, so apparently the players like it.
They do like it. Exactly. Meanwhile, Prowl is back on the server.
Woo woo!
So that is good news. Good news. And I'm just going to take a look at chat. There we go. Resuming match. Good luck. Have fun. We're on the second map of this match between Apex Predators, Holy Dynasty, and let me see if I can get a good vantage point here. We are looking at Liz. Prow is playing a home team match, basically. Of course, she made the map, but let's see. Liz does look to be having a very good start here, and is giving Prow a run for their money. In the meantime, in the back, Dioranto and Catbag are still quite close as well. 0.7 now for Catbag, and it looks like a battle between first and a battle between third that's going on. So anything can still happen here, depending on who goes where. Look at this battle in the front. Prow and Liz so close together. They're going over the finish line. Liz manages to snipe it with 1/100th of a second. What a battle. Liz and Catbag win the first round by 2-1, but that was very close. Great round.
Great round. Liz just had a tad bit more speed in the end there, and then even almost crashed it. And speaking of crashing, we already have a first crash by Neo, which is of course not good for the Holy Dynasty since this was their map peg. Catbag currently in the lead, while Prof and Neo are second and third, and Liz behind on fourth place. Prof and Catbag battling it out, very close together, depending on how they get these transitions, how much airtime they get, how fluid their nose slides are. Prof actually is very much in the lead now, got these lines much more cleanly. Catbag falling behind, Prof finishing first, then Catbag, then Neo. So it will be actually a win for the Holy Dynasty, which it didn't look like that in the beginning of the match. Of the round.
It did not, but they do tie it back up. It is now 3-3, and we have seen Catbag on this map before, and I believe it was the one versus Big Bonkers where Catbag just had these beautiful nose slides like you already mentioned, and let's see if she can replicate those. We have a mistake by Prow early on, but Catbag also now making a little mistake. Liz seems to be the only one who came out of there unscathed. Catbag now full crash, and that's gonna cost a lot of time. Liz now has to get first in order to secure that draw, at least, because that looks to be the only thing that... Oh no! That looks to be the only thing is gonna come out of this, or at least the best result. But now Liz also crashing, gets overtaken by Prow and Nioranto both. And just like that, it is an ace for Holy Dynasty, which they really, really needed, because they are already one map behind, and now suddenly they are ahead by 3 points, 3-6 on map 2, and they really need to win this map. Otherwise, there will not be a map 3.
Yes, this is a great position for them now, since this is also their map pick. Let's see if they can extend their lead. And Catbag is actually doing an early mistake, which is great for Prof and Neo. Prof in first place, Liz closely battling with her. Together, you can see how close together they are, while Neo is comfortably on third place. Will have to defend that against Catbag, who is catching up slowly, but Prof is in the lead, first place. Neo and Catbag really close together now. Who will get ahead? Catbag overtaking Neo now. So if Prof manages to stay in first place, which it looks like right now, yes, it does, then we will have a draw. Which is enough if you already have a lead of 3 points.
Exactly.
But lots of mistakes. You don't want to see that.
You don't want to see that. Apex really could use the ace right about now in order to draw it back up. But if they get the ace against them, then suddenly this map could be over and we go to map 3. 7 points for Holy Dynasty. It is now Catbag and Liz who need to get it together and get those points on the board. For now, Liz has a really good start. Prow in second place. Catbag, though, still there. And we know Catbag has these beautiful nose slides, although Prow can also show some really good lines here. Gets past Catbag now. Nioranto about a second behind. Prow now overtaking Liz as well, but it looked like she touched the side, but apparently she didn't. Liz is now in second place and crashes, has to respawn, so that means Prow is in first place. And there it is. Niranto actually overtakes Liz at the last second. That means 9 points for Holy Dynasty. They just need the tie or the draw or the loss even would also make it. Apex has to ace them now in order to stay.
Corporate and early mistake clipped at the very first transition. So, of course, this is not a good start for Team Holy Dynasty. However, they just need 1 point. So, as long as this won't be the ace, and we will see Neo overtake one of the players, either Catback or Liz, if they make a mistake, Neo is still kind of right behind them, ready to take over. But let's see how that will play out. Yes, waiting for the snipe, but Catback and Liz are in front, and if they do get the ace, then suddenly this match is a lot closer again. And then Holy Dynasty would like to have, and Neo actually crashing, Pro going safe finish, so it is actually the ace.
Wow.
One thing that this team did not want to see. Now we suddenly have Apex Predator with 8 points against Holy Dynasty with 9 points, so this will be very, very close.
Very close indeed. If they manage to win this one, Apex, if they tie it, or like if they get first and third place, then we will have a tie again, 10-10, and we'll just keep going until there is no draw for either team. Holy Dynasty only needs 1 point here, so they will be doing whatever they can, but they do have to get past Catbag, who is in first place, and Liz is in third. Niranto about a second behind. Once again, close enough to snipe some kind of mistake or respawn or something, but no longer in her own hands. Prow touches the side. Is this gonna be... if it's a victory... Oh my god, there it is! It's an ace. It's just over. I was gonna say if it's a victory,
a comeback.
Prow is in second place, then it's still good. But this is just like that. It's over. Apex, 11 points to 9, and the score, 2-0, makes it look like a blowout, but it wasn't. It was really close. Yeah, there it is. They just win the match, and I think we're gonna go to another match if we can.
Yes.
Let's see.
Okay, there's 3 matches still going on. The first 2 are still happening, and then one of the consolation matches.
Shall we see Shorky's Equinox, or let me see. Let's see Shorky's Equinox. See what's going on there.
Yes, I think the other team also might have just finished. Possibly.
Yeah, I think so.
According
okay,
to
so
the master sheet.
match 1. All right, let's see Shorky's Equinox. This is an upper bracket semifinal match. We're about to join in now. They are on. They are tied in maps. And it is 0-0 on map 3. And guess what? We are on Glaciales, which we have not seen yet. So this could be an interesting new thing that we're about to witness.
We have seen it today, actually, as the very first map.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, the very first map,
You're
but
right,
not
you're right. You are right, indeed.
We've seen a lot of ice slide outs, but...
Here we go. A draw we start with. So we're totally tied into this match. The chat as well.
So yeah, we've seen a lot of slide outs in these rounds so far. Let's see how it will go for these 2 teams.
Crash.
Shorty immediately crashing. That is of course not nice to see. Will everyone get the very first ice slide? Yeva will do so. Vingomi, what happened to Linko? Linko fell a bit behind. So Yeva and Vingomi in front. Linko even crashing now. Yeva crashing. This whole map is just a huge crash fest, which is interesting to see. Only Vingomi is still standing strong, slowly now approaching the very last ice slide of the map. It looks like a win for the Shorkies so far. And where is Linko? Linko finishing now. Yes, that is the win. But it's interesting to see compared to the weekly, where everyone took this map a lot more safely, and thus we didn't have the situation so much.
Exactly, but now you really have to keep that pace up, otherwise, because people are so good. The stakes are higher. You have to perform now. And yeah, of course, if you take those risks, then also you can see a little bit more mistakes. Shorty Gray doesn't get a great landing and will slow down a little bit here, but also Linko has an interesting line and touches the pillar, it looks like. And these are two teammates from last year actually battling it out, and now it is Shorty who crashes into that pillar for a full stop. Vingumi has first place, but is closely chased down by Ieva, and this is going to be a nice battle. Ieva could still snipe it with a really good ice slide, but Vingumi also has a really good one and does stay ahead with a new best time, a world record here, 44.7. That is incredibly fast. Ieva drives a PB, but that was really fast. We do have a draw. Linko is having some arguments with this particular checkpoint here, and will double respawn just to finish and put a time down. New world record, 44.7 for Vingumi, and the Shorkies are still in the lead, 4-3, sorry.
The problem is you can lose a lot of time in the ice slides if you don't execute them correctly and quickly enough. But then, of course, in between the ice parts, you also cannot really breathe and relax. We have a huge mistake. Only Vingumi and Ieva in front, Linko and especially Shorty Gray massively falling behind. But yes, you have very tight turns and drifts in between, dirt that you need to risk. So you cannot really relax in between the ice. And then situations like these of course happen. Vingumi still in first place, approaching the very last ice slide now. Can Ieva snipe? Ieva has actually a bit more speed this time. Coming really close. That's a new PB for Ieva, but Vingumi still finishes in first place. Linko finished, and now Shorty is finishing up as well.
6-4 now, and the Shorkies, of course, this is map 3, so whoever wins this map is gonna take the win home and stays in that upper bracket. The other one will have to do a journey in the lower bracket, so that is what's at stake. One of the girls here seems to have a bit of a awkward start here. Linko didn't have the greatest start, so now Vingumi is on the task to get first place here, but slides out. But also Shorty has a bad start, or a bad landing, I should say. Ieva does get through it nicely. Linko takes over second place and will try to hunt down Ieva. It is, let's see, Ieva, yeah, just a beautiful run here. Last run was 0.1 behind the fastest time. No, the ice sled, she slid out, but it was enough to still finish. Had enough of a lead. Linko in second place. Vingumi in third place. Linko drives a PB. Ieva gave me a heart attack. The Shorkies, however, are on match point now, but they do need to get the ace. Equinox needs 5 points for the 10.
Let's see if all the players make the start safely, and yes, they do. I say as Ieva crashes. That light pole falling behind, Vingumi in front, followed by Linko and Shorty. Shorty not getting the ice slide well, sliding out, falling massively behind. Ieva overtaking her own teammate there again, but still got some catching up to do. Vingumi crashing, so Ieva can overtake Vingumi now with a lot more speed. Only Linko is left standing up in front. This was a wonderful possibility for the Shorkies to get the ace. It seems like it's not happening this round. Let's watch the last ice turn. Linko is sliding out, or barely still getting it. That was way too close for comfort. Was almost in the finish and slid out on the last meter. Ieva catching up a little bit. So now we're at 9-6. I'm very sure some of these players were not happy to see this as the decider map.
No, I think so too. Holy moly. Okay, so what the situation is, the Shorkies need a first place or a second place. One of those will do the trick. They just need the 1 point. Equinox needs to ace. We have a huge slide out there by one of the Shorkies. It was Vingumi, and this opens the door for Shorty Gray and Ieva. They need to ace now. They have to stay ahead of Linko. Can they keep their heads clear? Linko is chasing behind does not get the best drift. So that is very good for Shorty and Eva. And if they can hold the ice slide here in the last turn, they will actually draw it for 9-9 and actually make this the closest match we've seen so far. Linko with a new PB. Eva in first place with a 45.2. And just like that, it is 9-9.
What is happening?
And we're going to keep drawing until there's like not a draw, basically. So
how did we get here? Like, this match wasn't even that close at all, and now we're at 9-9. All of the players are fired up now, and honestly, so am I. No one failed so far. Let's watch the ice slides. Shorty a bit behind, not sliding out this time, however. So everyone survives. Yes, Linko is a bit behind, but mistakes can happen here, and all the players really have to risk it, and then you can Linko. Make mistakes. Linko falling further behind. So as it stands right now, Yeva crashed. It looks like a draw. Let's see if Shorty can execute the last ice slide to comfortably finish in second place. Vingumi first, Shorty second, Yeva third. So yes, we're at the 10-10. We have a draw situation, and I hope this keeps going because I don't want to let go of this map. I like this map.
This is a good map indeed, and we are getting the good finishes on here because, of course, it's like anything can happen in these ice slides. Just a little bit of a release or a little bit of a slide out, and you lose so much time, and that could change the entire game here. So let's see what is going to happen here in this round. Vingumi has the best start so far. Eva right behind with Shorty. Oh, but there's a huge crash. That is Vingumi crashing. Shorty touches the side, gets overtaken by Linko, but Vingumi is still quite far behind as well. Eva still in the lead. If it's not a draw, it's someone wins. So this looks so good now. They're so close behind at the start. Is anyone gonna fly out? What is a draw again? What is going on?
Linko almost drove against the pole on the inside in the last turn. It looked insane. I really thought that Shorty might overtake there. I can't believe this is happening. It really is cinema. I can already see all these players telling their teammates, Linko touches. Next time we will ban this map so we don't have to drive it again. Shorty and Yeva in the lead, so it's looking great for Econex, while Vingumi and Linko are following behind. Vingumi is a lot more speed, while Shorty did a bit of a mistake. Shorty now falling behind, so now it looks like another draw situation, except Linko crashed again. Shorty overtaking Linko again. What is going on? Will there be any more crashes this round? Is this the order that we will finish in? Everyone is approaching the last ice slide. Yeva finishes in a PB, Vingumi finishes, Shorty finishes, Linko finishes, and what a comeback this was!
GG, that was something to behold. Oh my goodness. 12-13 in favor of Equinox. I mean, we're gonna have some draws. Shorty Grace says, my heart rate in chat. I don't disagree with her. Wow. Congrats to Equinox. They say in the upper bracket. In the meantime, I am assuming all the matches are done, but let's just take a look and be certain about that. Let's see. Shorty's Equinox just finished. Luna Ena has beaten AFAB. Molotov has won. Apex Predators has won. The Rice Buns have won as well, and the Big Bonkers got a bye. So all the matches are indeed done. Wow, what a beautiful one to end this round with. And that means there's only one more round left today. Of course, tomorrow, we're not done yet. We're doing 4 more rounds. It's going to be spectacular. It's scheduled for 21:40. That is in 15 minutes-ish.
I'm sure we will pull it forward a little bit again.
Let's wait for a production to tell us.
All right. So in game, it says that it will start at 38.
38. Okay, so that means it is 14 minutes. What an ending to that match, Susan. What the heck?
Indeed, if you just look at the journey from Shorty, who the first time she played this map was constantly crashing and sliding out the ice slides at the start of this match as well. It didn't even look that close because of it, but then she recollected herself, caught up, got consistent, and then
Took it back.
then they suddenly swept the win. What an amazing match to watch. I have to say, this was probably so far my favorite match of the evening.
I mean, when it comes this close and is this spectacular and it's really battles going on, map 3, you know, I mean, that's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. Right. So we have one more round, and that is in 13 minutes by now. Of course, tomorrow, let me just give you a little preview of that. We have some matches going on, and the first one will be starting at 6 CEST, or CET, I should say. So, of course, make sure you are here for that. For now, though, I think we're going to take another few minutes to get our heart rates back down, you know, get a drink, just take a breath. And then we're going to see about the last round for the evening. And yeah, there's 5 matches going on. Actually, there's 4 matches going to be played because one of them is going to have a bye. I'll quickly list them for you. Shorky's Molotov Gaming, AFAB versus Apex Predators. Those are the 2 lower bracket matches. And then we have some consolidation matches, which is Holy Dynasty versus Meow, Rice Buns versus the Big Bonkers, and the Sussy Bunnies gotta buy playing STPG, who have not been able to make it today. That's what's in store for a couple of minutes from now. We'll see you then.
We're back
Welcome
again.
Back, everybody. We are back a little bit sooner than expected. We have heard that one of the players has to go. So this match is starting a little bit sooner. So that way we figured we get in here. Shorkies versus Molotov are playing right now. And now we can do a little bit of both and get all the action, of course. This is an upper bracket match. Shorkies Molotov. I'm not sure. I think we have missed the pick and bans. So, I don't think we know what they're going to be, so we're going to be surprised. The first map is Delightful Winter. We've seen that many times already. We're watching Linko and Vingumi versus Andorin and Kauser. And let's see how they come out on this one. That's the one with, of course, the interesting finish. A little bit of a... What do you call it?
I call it the skater park quarter pipe.
You call it I was gonna say identity kind of situation, like a TMGL kind of thing. Vingumi though has a good start. Linko right behind, and Kauser is trying to at least snag a position here so that they don't cup a ace against them. That's so close, and she does manage. Look at that, 0.004 of a second between the two of them. Vingumi gets first place with a 47.5, but Kauser manages to avoid the ace 2-1, and that is a better start than having an ace against you. So there it is.
It will be interesting to see because so far Kauser has really dominated this map in every match this team has played in so far. But now because they're facing the Shorkies, and they will be a tough matchup to be going against. Kauser actually still managing to lead, however, right now, while Vingumi and Linko are second place, while Linko makes mistakes, falls behind. So Molotov Gaming is in a good position right now to catch up and even out the score again. And Andorin falling behind, so I'm immediately eating my words. It looks more like a draw situation right now. Vingumi actually getting really close and catching up again, but it's not enough. Kauser takes the win. It's a draw. We keep going.
Nice rounds there, though. Shorky's still in the lead, 3-2. But this is gonna promise to be a very, very close matchup. Let's take a look at Kauser now, who, I should not have done that. Instant crash, which means Linko inherits first place together with Vingumi, her teammate, and it is Andorin who is also still in contention here for something, and now has the task to actually snipe that first place in order to avoid a loss or an ace even. Yeah, the draw would look a little bit better, and that is a very good thing for Andorin right here, because Vingumi just crashes, but also she does not get the drift very well. So Linko just takes off into the distance with a PB. Andorin gets second place, Vingumi in third, and Kauser in fourth. It is a victory for the Shorkies, but at least it's not an ace. And the score is 5-3.
Yes, so still relatively close together. I think this is a pretty even matchup, to be honest.
Oh!
I say as Kauser immediately crashes again, who's of course a very fast player on this map, but if you have early mistakes like that, that's very disadvantageous for your team. Vingumi and Linko first and second, Andorin also behind in third place, staying really close with the other two players. Will they get an ace? Will they just get a win? Will it end up in a draw situation? Only time will tell. If we see some players crashing potentially, no, they get the drift wonderfully.
Oh, actually, Vingumi.
Andorin has a lot more speed than Vingumi catching up. Will she be able to overtake in the end? And no, she actually fails Histories, but I think she would have been able to hit the finish.
She would have bumped in, yeah. It looked like she was gonna bounce in there, actually. Oh my goodness.
That is what it looked like. So it is actually an ace.
There's the ace, and then suddenly it is track point for the Shorkies. And of course, on this day, we're still all going for best of threes. The best of fives are going to be happening tomorrow in the finals. We won't be seeing those yet. So it is very important you get this first map, and the Shorkies are on the way to do that. Vingumi now battling it out with Kauser. Hand in hand they go. Can't even distinguish these cars from each other. Now Vingumi just does get a little bit of a lead here. And Kazer is trying to get closer. It does look like she has more speed here. Who gets the drift best? Kazer gets it beautiful. And Vingumi now suddenly looking at second place. Meanwhile, Linko is in third. Andorin in fourth. So we're looking at a draw if they finish like this, which would be fine if you're a Shorky, because that you just need to do that 2 times and then there it is. Molotov has to ace now twice in order to make something happen here.
Yes, the Sharky's getting comfortable now. Maybe too comfortable as Linko is crushing the start, but it does not matter as long as Vingumi is not falling behind as well, because they just need 1 point to get the match point right here, the track point. Kazer is battling it out with Vingumi once again in the lead. We love to see those two together. Vingumi a bit more leading, Kazer catching up again with a little bit more speed, while Enderman is following both of those players behind, ready to take over as soon as a mistake arises. It's so close there in that drift. Every time I think they hit the inside corner there, but they don't. Linko actually catching up, almost overtaking Andorin, and this is a win for the Shorties.
Oh, wow. What a beautiful snipe there in the end.
And we go on to my favorite map.
Glacialis. We're gonna do some icy stuff.
Ice baby.
Icy stuff. Ice baby. Let's see. I don't know who picked what. Oh, actually, I can see that in the chat. This one was picked by Molotov Gaming. So the previous one was picked by Shorkies, and they did indeed win that. So let's see if the Molotov ladies have an answer to that right now. Andorin and Kazer need to win this map in order to stay in the game and get that ticket to stay in the upper bracket. And whoever loses this will have to take a detour in the lower bracket, which, you get a little bit more warm-up, but it is another match you have to win, so it would be cool to skip that little detour. For now, though, we still have 20 seconds of warm-up left. The Shorkies, nice position to be in. 1 map ahead and 1/2, or like 1 step, 1 foot into that upper bracket. Linko or Kazer with a nice warm-up here. But of course, this is one of those matches or maps. Even if you're in the last turn, it could still just go completely and totally and utterly wrong. Here we go.
That is what ice does to you.
Oh no.
At least that is what it does to me. Alright, we're starting off with a crash.
2 crashes.
2 crashes. I couldn't even tell who crashed. Kazer also not getting the ice line. Vingumi surviving it and being in the lead while everyone else is falling behind. Let's see how that will play out in the back. Andorin far behind, Linko far behind, Kazer almost a second behind, while Vingumi is just chilling in the front and will return to the ice as well. And try not to get stuck to the track and freeze on the spot, but she won't. Vingumi finishing in first place while everyone else is following behind. Kazer sliding out in the last ice slide, actually getting sniped by both of the other players, Endoran and Linko. And hello Shorty Grey, welcome to the stream. Chat, I hope you're not getting re-traumatized by reliving your own last match.
But at least managed to get second place or two to stop the ace from happening, which was a very important second place. Stay ahead of Linko there. Vingumi and Kazer now together in the lead. Vingumi touches and Kazer will have a beautiful snap exit out of that ice and go into these slalomy bits first. Here comes that outside dirt line, and you can get so much speed out of that. Enderin is in second place now, but also a second behind teammate, and we have Linko who made a big mistake, 5 seconds on the timer. Kazer now going into that last ice slide, and Vingumi very close to the, what is this new world record? for Causer. Suddenly, out of nowhere, a 44.6. And Causer wins the match, ties it up 3-3, but with a new world record, and teammate Andrin with a PB. Wow.
You can really see why they wanted to pick this map.
Indeed they did, yeah.
But they can perform like this. Alright, flew off to the side there. We will see Andrin. Causer in the lead, Vingumi second. Vingumi with a much nicer and cleaner ice slide, however, overtaking Causer, where the other two players are doing something else, building snowmen we will never find out. Vingumi taking it very cleanly, barely having any airtime there, clean transition as well into this last drift, and now only one more ice slide. How will it go? Will we slide out? Will we hit the pole? No, we finish with a new world record, while Causer is finishing in second place. So this is a win for the Sharkies. Linko finished now in third, and Andrin following behind, done with the Snow Angels. Still very close though.
It looks like Vingumi has awakened. 44.5 on the timer. That is very, very fast. Actually, close to AT if you want to believe it. 5-4 in favor of the Shorkies, who are already one map up. So, that is a crash by Causer, and also Linko with a respawn, and that is a flip, and stuff is happening. And now we have Andrin also flying out. Vingumi is the only one who came out of that unscathed. The rest is in shambles, absolute shambles. Of course, Sharkies already have a map to their name, and it is the ladies of Molotov who have picked this one. They need to take this win now. So it looks to be a draw at this point if they finish like this. Vingumi has finished already miles ahead of everyone else. 5-6 seconds. Andrin with a nice little spinny thing, a little Joel at the finish line. We have another draw in our hands, and if we keep drawing like this, it is going to blend in favor of the Shorkies. Molotov has to do something here. They have to either win or ace, but they can't keep drawing because that will go the way of the Shorkies.
Yes, we definitely saw that in the last map, how that will go if you just draw every now and then with your opponents being in the lead. In the end, you will be put on a spot. I'm always afraid of Vingumi crashing into that lightning pole in the beginning and then barely missing it. It always looks very scary. Vingumi has a very beautiful first ice slide yet again in the lead, while Causer is still sticking behind. No mistakes from her yet. They're really close together. Has more speed, is overtaking Vingumi, but Vingumi is still staying behind, coming back. Who will have a nicer drift? It will be Vingumi, but Causer has more speed. How will the ice slides go? Vingumi much closer. It's almost slowing down in the end there, just before the finish, but still being able to take the victory. So that is 2 more points for the Sharkies. Well, it's only 1 point for Molotov Gaming. This is not going well for them.
Yeah, Molotov, they cannot afford to just tie now or to even lose. They need to ace it. Just need to come back from this, because 2 points is all the Sharkies need, and they will take it home and go straight to that upper bracket final. Andrin with a slide out. Vingumi doesn't have the cleanest landing, but is still in contention there for first place, together with Causer, who is a little bit ahead now. Linko has a bad day here and has to come back from very low speed. Causer managed to take a little bit of a lead here, but it is very important though that if Molotov wins, then Shorkies still have... What? Causer sliding out at the finish! Causer sliding out at the finish! Vingumi takes first place! It's a draw! Oh no! Oh my goodness. 9-7. No matter what happens, this will be the last round of this map. Molotov needs an ace. Any other result, is for the Shorkies. Oh my goodness.
And Vingumi immediately with a mistake right at the start. This is great for Molotov Gaming. Linko actually... Another crash from Vingumi. Linko third place actually. Still together with the others. Kozer up in front. Andoran sliding out. Linko also not having the best exit of the ice slide, however. So Andoran actually has a bit more speed than Linko and will probably overtake her soon again. In the meantime, Kozer is just flying off. The question is, will Andoran overtake Linko? Will they make this this ace happen? This is really all that matters in this round, that Andoran needs to overtake Linko. We're in the last ice slide, and Andoran is failing it, touching and then crashing, getting sniped by Wingomi as well. So this is a GG. The Shorkies are winning this match.
Just like that, they were close to making it actually happen. But with that slide out, that last ice slide, man, oh my goodness. Just like that, it is over. The Shorkies stay in the upper bracket. 10-8. What a beautiful match that was. And that is very promising for stuff that we can see tomorrow. We're leaving this matchup. Let's take a look. Have the other matches already started is the question. I think they might have. Let's see. We were watching this one. Yes, AFAP Apex Predators is also done actually. 2-0 in favor of Apex. So let's take a look at one of the maps. Like Holy Dynasty Meow or Rice Buns Big Bonkers. I'd say we look at
I want to see Holy Dynasty Meow because we haven't seen Meow in a long time, and there were a lot of Meow fans in the chat.
Meow fans in chat, let's go. And
they wanted to see Meow more, and we will deliver the fan service.
Exactly. Here it is. Oh, it is 4-7 on the second map in favor of Meow, but Holy Dynasty has taken the first map. So with an ace, Meow could take this map and bring it to map 3. But it does look like Holy Dynasty is the one taking the ace, actually. Pro with a PB, and Ya has some, is giving those pillars a little bit of a hug, because, of course, 7-7. If Holy Dynasty wins this map, then this map is also over this match. Meow needs to win it. Susan.
Yes, I hope you're all well versed with this map by now. As we see it once again, Neo crashing the start, as well as Ya making a mistake, falling a bit behind. Zara and Pro from the ice side. Pro sliding out, so Zara is the only one without a mistake so far. Neo actually, even with an early mistake, catching up now. Very awkward line to that drift, though Ya overtaking. It is looking... No, it is possible to have the Meow situation, the Meow ace. Where is Ya? What is Ya doing? Ya is falling behind. This is not good, but Neo is fading as well. Ya is cutting it real close there. Go get the last ice slide. They will do it. They will finish. Yes! And that is that's a point for Meow, so we will go to the next map.
Wow, just like that, we are going to map 3. We have no idea which map it's going to be. We weren't there for the pick and bans. What are we playing for? I'm going to take a quick look at the bracket here. This is for 7th, 8th place. So both teams will have no more matches after this. It'll just be this one. This is 7th, 8th place. In the meantime, the Sussy Bunnies have made it to 11th place. Rice Buns Big Bonkers, not sure yet about that outcome. So yeah, we are on the map made by Eva, Years Lost. So this could be spectacular. Of course, we have that one jump at the end there. That's always interesting because, like I said, once you have airtime, like you better hope you've aimed correctly, because there is no more going back. And we have seen that go wrong. So let's see if they can. If they have their aimbots activated, so to speak. Neodonto and Prow versus Ya and Zara. Taking it to map 3, which is what we love to see, of course.
Just finishing the warm-up now. But yes, we have seen some snipes earlier on this map just by different angles at the finish jump. Because it is so long, if you have a bit of an awkward angle, someone might overtake you if they're close enough.
Exactly.
Let's see how it will play out here, and if it will be as close and interesting as the last map.
Might make for some good clips, though, let's be honest. But we'll see.
Get your scissors ready and clip.
Exactly. We're off in the first round. Holy Dynasty versus Mia. We're playing for, what was it, 7th and 8th place. I think Prow has the best start, but it does look like to be clipping a little bit. Zara manages to come a little bit closer. Yeah, as well, in 3rd place. Nieronto, already a second behind, has made a mistake somewhere down the line. And now you want to do that pre-drift on the dirt in order to get on the tarmac nicely. Jump down into the plastic, and here we go, into that big yump. Yump is happening. Nieronto with a respawn. Zara, there it is. That's what I mean. If you just aim a little bit wrong, she just bounced into the finish, but got sniped by her own teammate. It doesn't matter in the score this time, but it could make all the difference. The score is 1-1 on map 3. For now, we are tied.
Let's see how the players are approaching the next round. Prove in the lead, followed by Zara, then Ya, then Neo, taking a few different lines through those pipes and the start, slaloming through. Every player still close together. Holy Dynasty have the upper hand a little bit, I say immediately, as Meow catch back up and are in the lead. Zara is in front, then Neo, then Ya. Prove just flying back into the race as well, but Zara is remaining in the lead. Will she get that finish set up this time, however? That is what it comes down to, and she does! And it was almost a snipe by Prove, overtaking Ya, but we have 3 points for team.
Exactly. Zara and Ya both putting up PB on the board and securing the ace. The score is now 1-4, and they are off to a very good start. Can they hold on to it, though? Of course, this was the deciding map, so no one really picked it, but no one banned it either. So take from that what you want. We have not a great landing here by Ya, so she does fall a little bit behind. Is now Zara, who is overtaking a Prow and is going to be hunting down Nieronto, who is in first place and landing on the plastic, lining up for that big jump. Zara gets the booster early and will have it lined up nicely. Nieronto with a PB. Zara drives a PB as well. Holy Dynasty will take the victory and closes the gap to only 2 points. 3-5 is the score.
The players really are pushing towards their limits, trying to PB in order to get those wins.
No!
In Prove, respawning and crashing. What are you doing? Zara is in front, followed by Ya. Ya has a mistake. Ya doesn't have to respawn. Barely, though. Barely made the jump, so Neo now in second place behind Zara. Let's see how this will play out. All the players are a bit more spread out right now, but this could, of course, always change with yet another mistake. We're approaching the ending. Will Zara get it? Yes, that looks like a very good line. Another PB. That looked very fast. Zara had a lot of speed for that jump. Getting in first place, so it's another victory for Meow because Ya finished in third, and we go to the next round.
And that puts them on match point with another ace. They could close it out, but of course, Nieronto and Prow are going to be doing whatever they can to stop that from happening. Yeah, it gets an awkward line, does clip a little bit, and will slow it down, loses some time over that, already looking at 0.6. It is now Zara who has the task of getting first place. Otherwise, they're just going to tie it back up with an ace because they are now in first and second, Prow and Nieronto. Zara needs to do something about that. It is Nieronto with not the best drift there. Zara does manage to overtake, but is still looking at second place. Prow lines it up and does that correctly. Zara will also get into the finish. Nieronto in third, Ya in second. It's a victory for Holy Dynasty. They close the gap. It is now 6-8. Meow is still on match point. They only need a victory now, or 2 draws will do them nicely as well. Holy Dynasty, they need to make something happen now. It's in their court.
Well, let's see if they will indeed make something happen. And I hope no mistakes. Everyone getting through the pipes okay. Prove and Neo indeed in the lead right now. Zara with mistake. Ya with mistake. So this does look really good for Holy Dynasty. They could get an ace here, as both Zara and Ya did mistakes in that one transition jump. Prove is in the lead, Neo half a second behind, but Zara and Ya nowhere to be seen as Prove is setting up for the finish jump. Neo right behind her, barely finishing and not clipping their Prove with a new PB, and it's 9-8 now, so getting awfully close again.
This is they're going through the wire. HD needs 1 point, and Meow needs 2. If Meow wins this one, they will tie it back up. But any other result will be someone winning, and let's see who can keep their heads clear and their nerves in check. We see some different lines here. Prow does get the best start, and Ya is in pursuit of Prow. Zara about half a second behind, and Neoranto has made something of an error. They are now in a position to draw, and that would go in favor of Holy Dynasty because they only need 1 point. So if this is how they finish, and actually Zara doesn't get the best, yeah, she has to respawn. Ya does set a new PB. There it is. Prow with a PB. They get the point they need to actually win the round, so that puts them on 11 points. And Meow gets 9. Well played by both teams, but HD will take it. Meow managed to squeeze one map out of it. Unfortunately, it wasn't quite enough, but very, very nicely done. GG to both teams. And I do believe, unless the rice buns and the bunnies, or was it big bonkers?
Surely they're done. Hold on.
Let's make sure that they are. Oh, maybe not actually. Let's see. It was it's server 4. Let's see. Just in case, maybe they're still playing. It would be cool if we get to see the last bits of that. Hopefully it's a 3-mapper as well. And they are indeed still playing. It is 1-1 in maps. 5-5 in and we are looking at Ninetales, a map made by Prow, of course. For now, we have Talia in the lead, and Maji trailing in second place. Talia will take the finish with a PB. Maji 0.5 behind. Ada in third, and Leah with a little bit of a gap in between. That puts the Rice Buns 7-6, and that puts them on match point, but only if they manage to ace it. But I mean, it's good to have that match point right there. See if they can lock it in.
Let's see. I mean, we've seen Maji being really consistent on this map, so if they want to ace, they will have to do it by just having a faster pace than Maji. Leah actually leading right now, but all the players are close together. Ada in the lead, Talia in the lead. So it's looking good for the Rice Buns, except there's a mistake by Talia. Maji is catching up to Ada as well. Ada with a mistake, so Maji is in the lead. Where is Leah? Leah is behind. This is alright. This is good because Maji is in the lead, so it's looking like a draw. It's not ideal for the big bonkers, but at this point, not even getting a win or an ace for your opponents, that's very important, because once they're at 9 points, it gets really uncomfortable. Yeah. Maji finishing in first place. And let's see how this will play out. Digital Ada overtaking her teammate, but it does not change the results. Leah is further behind, trying to practice the risky finish, does not make it, but that's quite alright. It's 8-7.
8-7. Both teams on match point. The Bonkers need an ace, and a draw will put a draw will draw this out. Basically, the Rice Buns only need 2 points. Let's see who can make it happen. Talia and Ada both with a good start here. It is Leah who has done something and has slowed down a little bit. Talia also slowing down a little bit here, and Ada does seem to look, she crashes a little bit. It was a respawn, so Leah able to overtake that position, and let's see if Ada can come back from that. Talia now battling it out with Maji there in the front, and it's all gonna come down to this. They are so close together. Talia touching the outside dirt that opens the door for Maji, to take first place here. If she can get the risky finish, she knows she has to risk it. She does make it. Talia makes it into second place. Leah crashing.
No.
So Ada will take third place. And suddenly we are at 9-8. And this is, oh my goodness.
This is not nice because from the statistics, Leah has been finding herself in the fourth place already. She had the chance to finish in a 30 just this round, which would have been exciting because then the score would have been tight again. Let's see how this will play out. But I fear, unless something happens to the rice buns, this will look very good for them. Because Leah is already falling behind. Magi is even in third place right now, of course, still battling it out with Digital Ada. She is up there, catching up to Talia again as well. But as long as those two get 1 point, that will be it. And it looks like it currently. Ada slowing down, Leah even catching up to her. Magi trying to get close to Talia, but doesn't quite manage. So we have a bit of two fights going on. Because Digital Ada doesn't seem to catch up properly, so Leah is also slowing down and now falling a bit further behind again. It looked like a closer battle. Talia finishing first with a PB even, and that is the match point. That is it.
There it is. There's the victory. Ada going for the safe finish, actually. Leah trying for the risky, but could not quite make it. Might have sniped. But then still it would have not been enough because Talia got the point on the board. GG. The rice buns make it into, let me just quickly check the sheet. They were playing for 10th place, so the rice buns end up in 9th place. The big bonkers in 10th. The sussy bunnies in 11. STPG wasn't here, of course, so they are 12 points. Wow, what a match day, people. It's actually truly over now for today. We had 5 rounds. Tomorrow, let's take a look at the plan. What are we gonna see? We're gonna have an upper bracket final between Equinox and Lunaena. That match will start at 6 CET. We have a consolidation bracket which is played between AFAB and Molotov Gaming for place 5 and 6. Let me see. The winner of the upper bracket match will go straight to the grand final. And whoever loses that match will go into a lower bracket match. The Apex Predators and the Shorkies are already planned for 1845 tomorrow. They will be facing Equinox or Lunaena in the lower bracket final. And we might see we might see an upper bracket final repeat in the grand final like we actually did last time. And last month, the loser of the upper bracket final took a little detour in the lower bracket and then ended up winning. So when you lose that, you are not out yet. Looks to be a good schedule tomorrow. I can't wait to see it.
Me neither.
Wow, what matches today.
What a matches. I really thought already that the very first round where we managed to actually catch all of the matches that were being played was a great start.
That was good, yeah.
And then we took a bit of a dip, but now the end matches, the last 2 rounds have been so stacked again. Very interesting matches to see, very close, very cinema. Exactly. Sapphire, it's
very cinema.
It's very happy. I'm always very happy when we get to see matches like that.
Yeah, I love the matches that go a bit longer. Of course, the matches tomorrow as well. Are they all going to be best of 5? I need to hear that from production. At least the grand final, or like the last ones, are going to be best of 5. The upper bracket final might still be best of 3. I'm not 100% sure. We'll have to see that. But of course, the best of 5s, like I love it when they actually go to the 5 maps. It's just so good. I'd love to see some comebacks, maybe some clean sweeps. You know, the whole you're 2 maps down, but you still manage to win it. Those are the matches that we of course love to see, and we have some really good teams still in there. I mean, Apex Predators, Shorkies, Equinox, and Lunaena. There's some really fast drivers in there. So I think tomorrow is going to be some good stuff. Of course, Susan, thank you so much for casting with me today. That was really nice. I hope you enjoyed it.
Yes, of course I did. Thank you so much again for having me. And I hope all of you had a good time as well, because I certainly did. When you get to look at lovely ladies driving like this, all you can really do is be super happy.
And enjoy it, yeah.
Yes.
Exactly. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think maybe one of the mods can start up a raid to some interesting other channel. There we go. We are raiding Nina Dore, so do stay for that. And let's put up a nice message in chat. Who has a fun raid message? Put it down now, and everybody else just copy paste it, and it's gonna be good. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. I hope you had fun. See you tomorrow at 6:00 CET for the top 4 battling it out. It's gonna be great. Bye bye.
Good.